The suits sit high while the streets sink low, counting gold in the towers, letting fires grow. I hear whispers in alleys, truths they don't show. It's all smoke, no mirrors, just a puppet show.
They sign the papers inked with lies while we're left with broken skies. They take the bread and leave us the crust in this machine. Who can we trust? Shadows in the Capitol, the power's all a game. They point their fingers, but we know who's to blame. Whispers in the corridors, screaming through the shade. Shadows in the Capitol, nothing feels the same.
Mail! The ballots feel like broken dice. They play their games, we pay the price. Promises painted in black and white, but they vanish like thieves in the dead of night.
Laws written with invisible ink, pouring poison in the water we drink. They build their walls, we feel the squeeze. Freedom's just a word on a broken marquee. Shadows in the Capitol, the power's all a game. They point their fingers, but we know who's to blame. Whispers in the corridors, screaming through the shade. Shadows in the Capitol, nothing feels the same.
Where do we go when the truth's been sold?
When the streets run cold and the lies get old.
Where do we go when the truth's been sold?
When the streets run cold and the lies get old.
Where do we go when the truth's been sold?
When the streets run cold and the lies get old.
Shadows in the Capitol, the power's all a game. They point their fingers, but we know who's to blame. Whispers in the corridors, screaming through the shade. Shadows in the Capitol, nothing feels the same.
Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday. We're going to jump right into the news because there's a lot of things that I need to cover. I didn't do a show on Friday. I instead released a bunch of AI music, so I need to do a little bit of catching up there. So there are some stories that I have from last week that I didn't cover, so we're going to go over those, as well as some stories from over the weekend and some stories from yesterday, because if you didn't catch yesterday's show I did a debate. I hosted a debate between Melted Mind and Sick of Shitty Gov, who you can both often see in the live chat. They basically just had a debate about, if the right is going too far or if they're not going far enough, and we talked about the areas where that's true and not true. So we kind of explored that a little bit. Overall, really good conversation. Shitty Gov was a little bit late, but that's fine. That's understandable. He's not online. He's not terminally online, such as myself. So I completely understand. I'm reading a comment. I was sharing my link and someone just responded to me. Anyway. Yeah, we're gonna jump into the news today. I hope you guys are having a great, fantastic day. Make sure you guys like the video and all that good stuff. I got all the goals and stuff at the bottom. If you guys want to help me hit those goals, you'll get the grunt birthday sound effect from Halo. If you like the grunt birthday sound effect, I love that sound effect personally. So anyway, I think we should start with an ad since we're already right here. Perfect for those of you still waking up. I think this is perfect for those of you that are still waking up. You still haven't tried 1775 coffee? Well, now's your shot. The 1775 starter kit just dropped, only 1,000 units. You'll be getting the bold, dark roast that hits hard, and the smooth medium roast, Vitality Mushroom coffee, and clean energy and laser focus, no crash. I botched that a little bit. Oops. All single origin, small batch, toxin free, and mold free. Plus, you're also getting a gold spoon clip because freedom isn't scooped with plastic, a frother strong enough to stir up your coffee and your mother-in-law's opinions, and a black 1775 tumbler. $170 worth of coffee and gear, yours for $99. This is for the ones who have been watching 1775 blow up on Rumble, wondering if it's actually worth it. Spoiler, it is. Go to 1775coffee.com/studio and grab your starter kit before they're gone. Bold beans, clean fuel, and a morning routine that stands for something just like Rumble does. There we go. What's up, guys? Let's see. What do we got in the comments? Will you try the coffee? Let us know how it is. My lovely girlfriend is asking that question in the chat. Honey, you know I don't like coffee, and I don't need to try the coffee because we already have friends of the show that have tried the coffee. Joey vouches for the coffee. Chris vouches for the coffee. I don't need to try the coffee. Yes, I am early today. W day so far. Why is it a W day, CB Van? I want to know what makes your day a W. And yes, early day today because I just have so many things I have to cover. I have so many things I have to cover. But because it's an early day, that does not mean you get a early show end. I'm going to my normal time. So you guys are stuck with me for 2.5 hours. Sorry, it's just the way it is. I haven't done the 1775 yet. I'm a Cast Brew guy. Yeah, I understand that, R Sergeant. Cast Brew, from what I hear, Cast Brew is also incredibly good. That's the Tim Pool brand. But from what I hear, 1775 is also fantastic. So if you're ever in the market for another coffee, maybe perhaps check out the 1775 coffee. Anywho, I have about, what is this, like 30 articles in front of me? How many articles do I have? I have, about 30 articles. So we're gonna start getting rid of some of these articles. Tom Cruise, what? Someone just messaged me. Tom, what are you talking about? What? Someone in my one of the Discords I frequent, they're messaging me. I don't know what they're talking about though. Anywho, I haven't done finished up the day early, smooth sailing from here. There you go. You just get to relax the rest of the day then. Nice. Love my Ian's Graphene Dream, but I did just order a bag of Tiger's Blood from Coffee Brand Coffee for my wife. Oh, nice. You'll have to let me know how the Coffee Brand Coffee stuff is. I know that's Jeremy from the Quartering. I know that's his brand, but I haven't heard anything about it yet, so I don't know if it's actually good or not. But I'm not a coffee guy, so it's not like my opinion on coffee matters that much anyway. I have more than enough energy. I do not need coffee. I wake up and I'm just full of energy. So let's jump into the news, though. What do you guys say? You guys say we jump into the news? So this is a story that I missed last week, so let's jump into it today. We have this from the New York Post. It looks like Dark Money Group paying pro-Democrat influencers up to $8,000 a month. Yo, where's the Republican equivalent of this? I could use that $8K. Just saying, I'm not working right now. This is my job. I could use that $8K. $8K a month. That's not bad. A secretive dark money group tied to the Democratic Party is paying online influencers up to $8,000 a month to disseminate left-leaning talking points, according to a report. The Chorus Creator Incubator Program, interesting, so that's a CCIP, is said to be funded by the 1630 Fund, a nonprofit sometimes portrayed as the left's answer to the Koch network, and which has funneled money to dozens of Democratic-friendly influencers, according to Wired magazine. The names attached to the program span some of the most recognizable liberal voices online. They include Olivia Julian, the Gen Z activist who spoke at the 2024 Democratic National Convention, Lauren Peretra, a former Playboy executive turned Occupy Democrats YouTuber, and Barrett Adair, the content creator who runs a viral American Girl doll themed meme account. Okay, they said that these are supposed to be names that are recognizable. I didn't recognize a single one. I kind of recognize Olivia Juliana because of, her speaking at the National Convention in 2024. I recognize her, and that's just kind of funny that she was just bought and paid for by the Democrats, and then she goes and speaks on their behalf. That makes sense, though. But the other people that they're mentioning here, I don't know who the hell they are. Damn, this lady's huge. The program also includes Suzanne Lambert, who styles herself as a Regina George liberal, Ariel Fedor, a teacher with 1.4 million TikTok followers, Sander Jennings, the TLC reality star and older brother of trans influencer Jazz Jennings. Oh, that's kind of interesting. So, wait, what? Jazz Jennings' older brother is a teacher. Interesting. Jazz Jennings' older brother's a teacher, and he was being bought and paid for by Democratic influencers. Huh. That's just thinking about that. So a teacher, I'm assuming in Florida, because that's where Jazz Jennings is. A teacher in Florida is being paid $8,000 a month by Democrats to post Democrat talking points to his 1.4 million TikTok followers. and it's the older brother of Jazz Jennings. Interesting. That's interesting. And David Pakman's on the list. Wow. That should have been the first name you guys listed. Talk about recognizable names. Freaking David Pakman's on the list. So David Pakman's bought and paid for by the Democrats. He's getting $8,000 to disseminate leftist talking points. Leah McGowan, better known to her audiences as Politics Girl, is also reported to be tied in the program. I've heard of Politics Girl. Each of them and many more were brought into communication with Chorus, the nonprofit arm of a for-profit influencer agency, to take part in the program. The 1630 Fund told the Post that it is a fiscal sponsor of Chorus and that the group receives donations on Chorus's behalf and provides operational and administration support to Chorus, though it states it is not the original source of financing. The fiscal sponsorship model is common across philanthropy and across the Chorus, is in compliance with all laws, the 6030 Fund told the Post. Interesting. It's interesting. Do we keep reading I mean, there's a lot more to this article. The 1630 Fund, founded in 2009, is no small player. It poured $141 million into left-leaning causes during the 2018 midterms, $400 million during the 2020 news cycle, and $196 million in ballot initiatives in 2022. They don't have the numbers for 2024, though. I mean, clearly they would have been active in 2024. Just 4 donors accounted for nearly 2/3 of its revenue last year. Now, through Chorus, that money is flowing to TikTokers, YouTubers, and Instagram personalities. Interesting. Accused Chorus of using their image in fundraising decks without permission. Interesting. So yeah, there's just a whole scandal. I mean, this isn't too surprising, though, considering that we've had a lot of stories recently. Like, this is just another one of those stories where, like, yeah, we already knew that. But just like with the organ harvesting story that I broke a couple weeks ago, with that story, you know, like, sure, we all already had our assumptions. We all just assumed that they were stealing people's organs or killing them for their organs. And then we finally get a story where it's like, well, here's the evidence. And it's like, yeah, here's the evidence. Here's the evidence. We all knew that there were a bunch of influencers being bought and paid for to disseminate this information. And now here's the proof. We have receipts to back up that claim, right? So much to what I was trying to say is much to the point of, we see all these people that go out and protest and they're paid to go and protest. It's the same thing here. We have a bunch of influencers that are just paid to speak, which is just disgusting. I would hope that the people being paid to speak are saying things that they genuinely believe, because then that's a win-win, right? You say things you actually believe and you get paid to do it. But if these people are just saying things just to say things and get money for it, I just don't understand the motive behind that besides money. It just kind of seems like first order thinking in that regard. Because if you're openly saying things you don't support and you're doing so in order to get paid, well, what happens when the things that you're espousing and don't support come to fruition? I don't understand that. Why would you advocate for something you don't truly want for profit? Because in the end, it'll come back to bite you. It doesn't make sense. It seems like first order thinking. It's a lot of first order thinking when it comes to these politicians. That's called a politician, right? Yeah, first order thinker that's just another word for politician. All they think about is the first step and how they can get ahead. They don't think ahead on that. They don't think about the repercussions that follow those statements or those actions. But yeah, will anything happen regarding this? Probably not. As it said throughout the article, that a lot of the things they're doing are legal. Whether or not they should be legal is another question. But will anything actually happen? Likely not. Likely not. What are you guys saying in the chat? Fuck, I wish I could be a sellout. I know, right, R. Sergeant? I wish I could be a sellout. Damn. Fuck, man. Well, anyway, back to being truthful and honest. Bearing the lead is what it's called. Absolutely. David Pakman should have been the top one. DNC will protect it. Maybe a fine at best. Yeah, right. What's up, Missy? Hoy. Let's see. Take your shirt off. R. Sergeant, how much will you pay me to do so? That's the question. Also, is that even allowed on YouTube? I don't even think I'm allowed to take my shirt off on YouTube. But you got to pay me money to take my shirt off. There's no way I'm doing that for free. Come on, this is OnlyFans here, guys. Kind of platform do you think this is? Let's see. So much news. What do I want to go into next? Let's see. Yes, I did want to talk about this story next. Let me close out the last story. If you guys want to, you can go over to my Discord. You can find a link to that all over the place. The chat will also put a link to my Discord at some point. If you want to see any of the articles that I consider talking about or just find interesting or do talk about on the show, or if you have articles yourself that you want to share and think that I should talk about, I have a news sharing section on my Discord, and you can go and share the many news articles that we come across. You can go do that. You going to watch the Trump speech live, Tyler? Is Trump doing a speech right now? If he is, then sure. Let's see. Go to YouTube. Oh yeah, the White House is live.
It was overwhelming.
Oh, he's live
what
right.
was
Okay.
going on. And again, the police chief made a statement that
Talking about Chicago.
could not have done. There's no way they could handle. You saw what was happening out there. It was going to be a disaster. We stopped it cold. If we didn't do that, would have been a very sad day. And you know, remember, we have the Olympics, we have the World Cup, we have all these things coming, and we have 250, all of these things coming. But I watched Newsom get up and say he's doing a great. He's not. We're the ones that did it, and that's okay, whatever it takes. But the main thing is we. But he got up and said we did it. Well, he didn't want us there, and he's going to need us again because it's starting to form again. I see it. It's starting to form again. You know, we have to maintain. It's like maintenance on an airplane. You can.
What
buy
he's
it,
talking
but you
about
have
here
to
is Gavin
maintain it.
Newsom is taking
And
credit
if you
for
don't maintain
cleaning
it,
up
a good
the
plane
protest
is
and the
very
riots,
unsafe, very
even though
quickly.
Donald Trump had to send in the
So,
National Guard.
It's an honor to do it. It's a lot of presidents wouldn't do what I'm doing. I don't need this heat, but when I watched television last night, and I'm
Oh,
watching
and just for the
news,
record,
I see
he's
that
clearly
9
not dead.
people were
For those of
killed
you,
in
all the people
Chicago,
saying, "Oh, is Trump
and
dead? Oh, rumors are
54
circulating."
were
No,
badly wounded
Dumb.
with bullets. I say,
Tyler, you mispronounced
let's not this
Chirac.
country.
My
We have to
apologies.
do something.
Oh,
And
yeah,
I do
Space
say
Force,
this, I
not
say this
Department of
very much.
Defense.
I'm not speaking to anybody but them right now. I would love to receive calls from governors and mayors saying they need help. We'll help them. We have a lot of people. We have a great force. We have a great military force. You know, Pete will tell you that when I was running for office, and this was a big headline, I think, you know, probably got me a couple of votes, but you couldn't sign people in the military. Nobody wanted to join the military, the Army, Air Force, the Navy, Marines, Space Force, Coast Guard. We never forget Coast Guard because they've done such a great job. Never. But nobody wanted to join any of them. We were way
yeah, there's a lot of
below
reasons people don't want to
what we
join, man,
wanted.
and a lot
Every
of it had to
single
do
one.
with the
The
vaccines that
closest
you were
was
doing
the
too,
Marines.
Trump.
Whatever that is, you'll explain that to me. But the closest was the Marines. But every service was way down, way down.
Yeah,
Then
who
I got
wants to
elected,
join
and
and
our
fight on
country's
behalf of
hottest
the
country
world
anywhere in the
government?
world
Like,
right now.
all we
Everybody's
do is go
talking
around
about
and
the
fuck with other
USA.
countries. Like, I
They're
don't want to
talking
join the
about job
military.
that we're doing. Everybody, we have the best economy. We have a very,
I'll join the
very
military and fight for my
important
country if someone
decision
invades our
being made
country.
by the Supreme
That's
Court, because our
the stance
country
I've always taken.
is the richest, the strongest, the most powerful. But if for some reason some liberal court, I'm talking about the court that just ruled, where even an Obama judge voted in favor of us, which I gave him a compliment yesterday, as you know. I said that took great courage. But it's a liberal court, and it's going up to the Supreme Court, who I think have been incredible people. I think they've made very
I do give
wise
this man for driving up.
decisions. But,
I do give this man credit
the
for driving up
tariff
enlistments.
question,
I hated serving
because
under
without the
Democrats. No
tariffs,
real
this
training under
country
Biden.
is in
No,
serious,
certainly
serious trouble.
they have done a lot
We've
to
taken
turn the
in almost
military around
$17
from
trillion
the
of
shambles that it was in.
investment that's coming in.
But still,
Most
like,
of it is coming because of tariffs.
I
And,
just,
if
you know,
for some reason
Trump's in office now,
somebody
but
wanted
if
to
you're
be
going to go into the
politically correct, I
military, you're
actually
going to
think
be in
it's
there a lot
unpolitically
longer than
correct.
Trump
I
is in
think
office.
politically correct is to
So
approve it, because
something to
there's
consider.
nothing so
my
popular
son
as
wants to
what's
be a
happening
Marine.
our
I have tried to
country. Our
talk
country is doing
talk him into Coast
so
Guard because
well.
then you don't leave
But,
the country.
we had a liberal court
Yeah,
gave
Coast
us
Guard
a
would
very
be
shocking ruling.
great, because then you
And
go
that
and defend
ruling
the
is
coast of our
basically
nation. You
saying
go and
that
stop
the
drug
trillions of
cartels and
dollars
human
that are
traffickers.
that are pouring into our country.
That'd be great. Yeah.
Putting us in a position like no country is anywhere in the world, that they'd like to see us that taken away. By the way, a lot of
I
the
recommend
people behind that
National
lawsuit
Guard
in
and Coast
particular
Guard.
are from foreign countries. I might add.
There's a video that is circulating online now.
On
of
questions.
the White House, where a window is open to the residence upstairs, and somebody is throwing a big bag out the window. Have you seen this?
No, that's probably AI generated.
So,
Actually, you can't open the windows. You know why? They're all heavily armored and bulletproof.
that's a fake deal.
Gotta be, because I know every window up there. The last place I'd be doing
So,
it is
wait,
that
what?
because there's cameras all over the place, right? Including yours.
Did a reporter
No,
just
but
ask
every
him about an
window-
AI-generated video?
I've never seen a window that's. In fact, my wife was complaining about it the other day. She said, "Love to have a little fresh air come in, but you can't. They're bulletproof." And number one, they're sealed, and number two, each window weighs about 600 pounds. You have to be pretty strong to open them up. No, that has to be. Where was the window? Let me see.
Oh, he's actually showing him the video. Oh, wait, oh crap! I paused it. Look, look at JD Vance in the back. He's like, oh, look.
Which is the window?
It looks like this is on the 15th Street side, I think. So right here.
Yeah, those windows are sealed. Those windows are they're all sealed. You can't open them.
So yeah, so the reporter got duped by an AI video. That's funny.
One of the problems we have with AI, it's both good and bad. If something happens really bad, just blame AI. But also they create things, you know, it works both ways. If something happens that's really bad, maybe I'll have to just blame AI.
Oh my God,
There's
no,
truth to
Trump, stop
because I
it.
see so many phony things. I saw
Stop it.
something
You're not supposed to
as I
say
was
that.
growing up, from
You're
the
not supposed
time
to
I was a
openly say,
baby
maybe I just
till
maybe
now.
I just
I said,
blame it on AI.
Who did that?
Trump, no.
It was AI generated. So it's a little bit scary, to be honest with you. But those windows are all very heavily
Oh, man.
sealed.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just want to follow up with what you were saying regarding that federal appellate court that ruled against you and your administration as it relates to your ability.
Well, they ruled against our country, the court, and they ruled against us before. It's a very liberal court.
You called it highly partisan in your
Well, it
social
certainly
media.
I was under Obama, Trump, and Biden. There was a clear difference with each admin. National
Well,
Guard
except
is a
that
great
we
service to the
actually
country.
got one
Absolutely.
of the Obama
Our sergeant
judges
said, I don't know
that
about
was
National
appointed by
Guard. They're usually the
President
first
Obama,
ones to get shipped
voted in
out with the
favor
Marines
of
if
the
shit
tariff
pops off.
because
Really?
He felt it was imperative for
Guido
our
says he
country
just says
to
shit. I know he does. I know he
thrive
does. But that's why
and
it's
survive,
funny. That's why people
and
like
I gave
watching
him
Trump
credit.
because he
I said,
just
"You know
says
what?
things
That took a lot of
sometimes.
courage for him to do it because you don't see that.
Like, you
often.
know, he was sitting there thinking, like, maybe if this Epstein stuff keeps going the way it does, I'll just start blaming it on AI. It's
Well,
kind of
we
what he
already
was
have,
thinking,
yeah.
I
In
bet.
fact, we're doing something else. We're going to be going to the Supreme Court, we think, tomorrow because we need an early decision. I mean, look, the financial fabric of our country, we're a rich, incredible country right now, and we're able to, you know, other countries use tariffs on us for years. And we never did.
Depends on
And
your
I did
governor
a
with
lot,
deployments.
during my
Interesting.
first term, but then we
Yeah,
had
I feel like
COVID
the
and
National
we
Guard
had
should
to
be
focus
barred
on
from
other
leaving the
things. We couldn't
country.
be
They're
tariffing
the
Italy,
nation's
Spain,
guard.
France, as they
They shouldn't
were
be sent
dying by
overseas.
the
That doesn't make sense.
Thousands and millions. But we did with China, and China paid us billions.
Why
and
wouldn't the
billions of
Army go in
dollars.
place
And
of
I
the
started
National
the
Guard?
process,
Wouldn't the
but then
Army
had
go
to
with the
end it a little
Marines?
bit because of COVID, we focused on that. But no, it's a very important decision. And frankly, if they make the wrong decision, it would be a devastation for our country. We've taken in trillions of dollars. And
How
by
much
the
of this
way,
should I
all
watch,
these
guys? Do you
countries
guys
signed
want?
agreements.
I mean,
As
they're
an
in
example,
questions now, so I guess
they
this,
signed-
the
they're all
boring part's
happy.
already over.
Everybody's happy. But some whack job put in a lawsuit.
Because the questions are the interesting part. We haven't seen Trump since last week.
And the liberal court ruled it was 11.
We get deployed based
they
on
ruled
request. Some
7-4,
governors are a little more enthusiastic than
with
others.
One of
Wow.
the most liberal of them all voting in our favor because they're patriots. I think I give tremendous credit to that judge. And now it's going.
Yeah,
to the
speaking
Supreme
of
Court.
courts,
Now
I'm going
we're
to talk
gonna
about a
be
story
asking
here in a little
for
bit. Guys,
early
Amy
admittance. We're going
Coney
tomorrow,
Barrett,
and we're gonna
the
ask for
Republican
expedited-
Supreme Court
an
justice that was
expedited
put
ruling because,
under Trump, or put on the
you know, when
court
you
under
look at the
Trump,
stock market's
she
down
released
today,
a
the stock
book
market's down because of
defending
that. Because
abortion.
The stock market needs the tariffs. They want the tariffs.
after overturning
if
Roe
you
v.
look
Wade,
at AI,
and she even
all of
commented on
those
her overturning of Roe v.
you know,
Wade and said
all
that
of
she
that
was only
money
doing
that's
what
gonna be
the
invested,
voters
trillions and
wanted, but
trillions of
she doesn't
dollars,
think that
biggest
the majority of
thing,
the
bigger
people in the
than
country
internet,
like
I
it.
suspect. It's the internet.
So literally,
plus
she
3 or
made an
4 other
argument
things
for
combined.
why we need to have abortion because
We are
the
leading
majority of people in the
very
country want it.
substantially with AI. We're leading because of tariffs.
And that's supposed to be a
We're leading
Republican
because of
judge.
Talent, and this is where they'd like to be. But without the tariffs, we wouldn't have a chance because we wouldn't be able to protect those investments of the companies coming in.
Gotcha,
So,
our sergeant. National Guard
if
is
you
part of
took
the U.S.
away
military, but it's
tariffs,
basically a federalized state militia.
we
Gotcha.
could end up being
Okay.
a third world country.
Still, I
That's
feel
how-
like the
that's how big the
National
rule-
Guard
so
should
we're
be
asking for an
relegated to the
expedited
country.
ruling.
As a backstop to that, President, you have a Republican-controlled Congress. You control the House. You control the Senate.
Yeah, but we don't have 60 votes. We don't have 60 votes.
You don't
I'd love to
think you
do
can get
that.
enough
Oh,
votes?
if we had 60 senators, if we got the 60 votes, we would get them. but we need 60 votes, and we need, a certain number in the House. I think we'd get, I don't know, we have about 5 of them here. Would everybody agree with me on tariffs? Without tariffs, we're a different country. We have taken in so much money. And here's the thing. We signed a deal with Japan. They're paying us hundreds of billions of dollars.
Turns out the Coast Guard
We
does get
signed a
deployed
deal
too,
with
but
South
it's
Korea. We
small
signed a
amounts
deal
and
with
it's
the
rare.
European Union.
When the Coast Guard
signed a
gets
deal.
deployed, though, is it like special
Europe.
forces that the Coast Guard specializes
those
in, though?
countries are
Like, is
paying us
that why it's rare?
$950
Like, they need
billion,
they need
and they're
special
happy about it. They're okay.
personnel.
As one of them said,
I don't
"It's
know. I was just
amazing
thinking.
that we got away
Check out
with
the
it so
state
long."
guards. Those are odd,
One of my
not
friends, a leader of
federalized, but
one
are
of the
true
countries.
state militias. I've
And
actually never
they're
heard of
fine
that.
with it. They all
State
signed.
guard.
If
How do you
that
join the state guard?
ruling
Is that the same way?
Ever went against us? I guess what.
So what Trump's talking about here is the tariff stuff, and what Trump is doing with the tariffs is absolutely unconstitutional. I'm in favor of the tariffs. Let's throw that out there first. But let's be real, guys. The tariffs are unconstitutional. What Trump is doing with the tariffs is absolutely unconstitutional. There's no argument to the contrary there. I can recognize that I agree with what he's doing with the tariffs, while also recognizing that it is unconstitutional, because Congress is supposed to enact things like that. But what do you do when Congress doesn't do their job? I don't
So
know.
what are you asking me about her?
NATO's concerned about it, I do too, about this.
True, NATO is concerned about it. Well, nobody knows where it came from, but they did take away her ability to use a phone. Sometimes that's a good thing. Sometimes that could happen to me. I'd be very happy.
Trump just said someone needs to take his phone from him sometimes.
What does that mean?
Are you considering taking away some of the tariffs that you've imposed on India? You had posted.
No, we get along.
Of
with
course the
India very
Indian
well,
chick
but
is
India
asking
has-
that.
You have to understand, for many years it was a one-sided relationship. Only now, since I came along, and because of the power that we have with tariffs, India was charging us tremendous tariffs, about the highest in the world. They were about the highest in the world, number one. And
Yeah, and India doesn't
we
like that we're
therefore
trying to
weren't
get a
doing
better
much
trade
business
deal.
with India, but they were doing
I have a
business
story
with us
I'll
'cause we
probably
weren't
talk about here
charging them
soon.
Foolishly.
Talking
We weren't
about
charging them.
Putin,
So they
Xi
would send in
Jinping,
massive,
and
everything that
the
they'd
leader
send
of
it in,
India.
pour it
They all
into
met
our
in
country.
China, and they're trying to
therefore
build a
it wouldn't be made
coalition
here
to counter the United
negative.
States'
But we would,
trading
not send
that we're
in
doing. All
anything
the
because
tariffs
they
and
were
stuff that we're
charging
doing.
us 100%
Russia,
tariff.
China, and India are trying to
I'll
make
give
a
you an
trading
example, Harley
pact amongst the
Davidson.
three of them to
Harley
counter our
Davidson couldn't
tariffs.
sell into India. There was a 200% tariff on a
Which isn't
motorcycle.
good because, you couple that with what's going on with
Harley
BRICS,
Davidson
and
went to India and
we're just
built
isolating
a
ourselves.
motorcycle plant. And now they don't have to pay tariffs. Same thing as us. So what we're doing is literally thousands of companies are coming into the U.S., car companies.
Isn't that what
AI,
BRICS was about? BRICS,
more
that is one of
traditionally
the
car companies. We have so many
motivations
car company
behind BRICS.
factories
Yes,
under
is
construction
being able to
or
trade
being
freely
designed right
outside
now.
of the United
And
States
they're coming
control.
from China. They're coming from Mexico. I must tell you.
Technically,
They're coming
Trump
from
could just
Canada. A lot
veto
of them
all
coming from
legislation
Canada.
until they
But they're
put tariffs
coming
in
into our
it.
country
That's
because they wanna
hilarious,
build
our
here.
sergeant, and
And
I
they wanna
don't know
build here
why
for
he
two
doesn't.
reasons. Number one, they'd like to be here, and number two, the tariffs.
There's a
are
lot of things that
protecting them.
Republicans and
number
Trump can
three,
do that they don't do.
They want to avoid paying tariffs. When they build their cars here, they don't have any tariffs to pay. When you build here, you don't have any tariffs.
Mr. President,
Go ahead,
in light of the Minnesota shooting last week, the Department of
$10 says India flips back to our side faster than Russia in World War II. I don't know. India is kind of in between China and Russia, and if things are starting to get hot, much like the Civil War, who are you going to fight against? Are you going to team up with a guy on the other side of the world, or are you going to team up with your neighbor? It's kind of the same thing, right? So maybe their values don't align, but if war pops off, they're going to side with the people that can hurt them the most.
On Space Command, sir, are you
And right now, the people that can hurt them the most is going to be China and Russia because they're next to them.
Colorado to Alabama?
Look at this guy crawling on the floor.
Somebody else.
Colorado
I mean,
Yeah,
the
get that
problem
picture,
with
buddy.
Colorado is they have a very corrupt voting system. Look, I have so many friends in Colorado. Anytime you have mail-in voting, you have corrupt elections. Very simple. It's very simple. Even Jimmy Carter said it with his commission. They set up.
Yeah, we have a
commission
story.
with Governor
Trump,
Scoop
let's see if he says it
Jackson
again here, but he
some
said he's
people
going to sign
highly
an executive
regarded
order
people.
to mandate
And they said the one thing the
ID for
finding
voting.
was if you have mail-in voting, you will have corrupt elections. Well, your radical left governor decided that he was going to have all mail-in voting.
I don't know how I feel about having
Once you have
Germany
all
as an ally for
mail-in
World War
voting, and
III.
For whatever reason,
That's a good
Democrats
point,
cheat.
Republic boss. That's a
And they
very good
cheat
point.
like-
Very interesting turn of events,
Stupid.
I would
That's
say.
the only thing. They're no good on policy.
But see here, the Republic
no
boss.
good on
My
management,
plan
no
for
good at
World War
government.
III
They're
is that
great
we
at
say
cheating.
screw
And
China,
they stick
screw
together,
India,
too.
screw all the
Give them
places
credit
in the
for
UK
sticking
and stuff,
together.
and we just team up with Russia. Just imagine that. Just imagine the United States comes out and says we're cutting all ties with all of our allies, and we're going to be siding with Russia. If you would like to side with Russia and us, you can do so now.
Katie, you wanna answer?
And then watch all the people flip because the United States flipped to Russia.
It's going to be tremendous.
Be hilarious.
In the state of Alabama, what we've seen through this process is the worst of Washington. We've seen politics get in the way of what is best for the warfighter, what's best for national security.
And Japan need
And
the
state
anime
of
imports.
Alabama
There
is
you go.
about to show the country,
Japan would side with us.
The best among us.
They love us.
So we know the economic impact is going to be tremendous. There at Redstone Arsenal, we're proud to house everything from
That, and we need the anime
maritime-
war
the
propaganda. We cannot have
FBI
Japanese
to,
anime war
headquarters
propaganda
there
against
for,
us. We need it in favor
your
of us.
material
So
command
that's a good point,
to a number
Republic
of
boss.
things.
Good
We
point.
obviously have NASA with Marshall Space Flight Center, and so this naturally fits within. When you look at the decision matrix that they placed in front of us, that's why we ranked so high, is because we have the resources necessary and the ability to build out quickly to meet the needs in front of us. As far as economic impact, it would be tremendous. Does anybody have an exact number?
We gave them our best
1,600
fireworks.
jobs.
Ooh, my thoughts exactly.
With 3,000 spent off. Look at this. This is teamwork right here. So we are really proud, and the people of Alabama are ready to get to work.
And I've got a housing question, if you could, just for a second, Mr.
Yeah,
President.
please.
Owning a home and going about the American dream seems like it's out of touch for a lot of Americans.
Yeah.
Just recently, you pushed out a statement about addressing an emergency housing situation.
That's right, we're thinking about doing that.
Yeah, can you just?
Well, we need a little help from the Fed. We have a man named Jerome Too Late Powell. You probably
I've always
heard of
wondered
him.
what the
He's too
world
late.
order is
Way
scared
too
of when
late.
it comes to Russia and America
The
becoming
economy
close
is so
allies.
strong that
That's
it's
because
pushing
Russia
through
and
that. Normally
America
it would have
have a
been
lot
much
more in
tougher, but
common
we're
than
doing
the
so
Europe
well.
than Europe, the rest
We're
of Europe.
pushing through it, but it makes it
Why did it
very
sound
hard
like
for
that? It
people to get
sounded like it was
mortgages
underwater. What
because
the
too
hell?
late is too
Thank
late.
you, R.
Very
Sergeant.
simple.
Bro, I would die
Still late.
laughing my ass off if
And,
Trump brought
probably
Russia into
political.
NATO in order
It
to
wasn't
stop
too
the
late
Ukraine
before
war.
the
Bro,
election. Before the
be so
election, he was
fucking
cutting
funny.
rates
I
back
want him to.
because he was hoping that, I guess, Biden would get in, or that Kamala would. He was a big Biden guy. Explain that one. And
So
then he
Trump's
was a
talking
Kamala
about coming
person,
in
but
and
he was hoping,
I don't know
guess, she'd-
exactly what he's going to do with the
she'd
housing
win, I
market,
guess. I don't know.
but he's
Didn't
talking
work
about
out
coming.
too well.
He's talking about having the
But,
federal government step in.
Yeah, we need.
I don't know what they can do.
You know, I think that if you look back,
Mostly Christian,
many decades
mostly
ago,
Christian
the United
nations
States was always
rallying
the
hurts
lowest,
the
even if
world
they were
order
doing
narrative.
badly.
Absolutely,
United
yes.
States
If
was- because
Russia
without
and
the
China,
United States,
if Russia and the
everything in
United
the world would
States
die.
came
It's true.
together,
It's so
those are like
powerful,
the
it's so
two
big, and I made
majority
I made it
Christian
really
countries
big
in the world, right?
in the first 4
so
years.
if they came together,
Then it started
because
to
think about it, we have a
degenerate
lot
with
more in
what
common than we do with,
this Biden
I don't know, the
administration did,
UK,
but
for
we built it up
example.
to a
Look
level
what's
that I
going on
never
over
thought we could
there.
be at this quickly.
Not saying
We're the
Russia's much
hottest, we're the
better, but
best, we're
I
the
am
best
saying that
financially, the
Russia
money coming
more
in is so big
aligns with
because
our
of tariffs
values
and other things, but
and
because of
morals.
tariffs. Tariff gets us even those other things.
Not saying they
Plus
do
it gets us
100%. I'm
great
saying they
negotiating. I
more
settled 7
so. They do
wars.
more so
And
than a
numerous
lot of our
of
other
those
allies,
wars were because of
especially the
trade.
United Kingdom.
And numerous of the trade deals that I made were because of tariffs. It gives you a great negotiating ability. If that ability were taken away from us by a liberal court acting on essentially foreign nations asking to get help from the United States government, when they've been doing this to us for 40 years, that's why we have $38 trillion in debt. We won't have it for long if they let us, if they allow us to do what everybody knows we should be able to do. Yeah, please.
Mr. President, another Biden-era action that you're now reversing is that you signed a deal last week to make federal buildings adopt and embrace classical architecture styles again. Can you talk to us about why you do that?
I haven't heard about that. That sounds
We
awesome.
want to see beautiful buildings. Now, you know,
I
want to
see beautiful buildings too. I'm tired of these concrete blocks that could just be turned around into the next business when that one fails.
Great reviews. But I've seen buildings that
And that's ultimately why they do it. They create these concrete blocks so that way if the business fails, they can just fill it with another one.
We want to have a good standard. We're building something here.
But it's ridiculous. We shouldn't do that.
They wanted a ballroom at the White House. We're doing something at the highest
I still believe
level
that the
using
current
great
EU and
architects
UK stances on
And,
Israel is
you know,
due
it's
to the
very
high
exciting.
Muslim populations that
But
are
we have a lot
settling
of interesting things
in those
happening
nations.
architecturally
Did you
in
see
DC.
the march in
DC is
England
like a different
where they were
place. And, you know,
chanting,
even the
"Who the
contractor
F is
said,
Allah?"
"So we walk downtown
No, I
and
didn't
feel
see that.
like
That sounds hilarious.
much safer.
I
It's like a
still believe the
different
current
place.
EU and UK
Washington,
stances
DC
on
is great. Now,
Israel
we're gonna
is due
also
to the
beautify
high
it.
Muslim
We're gonna put a
populations
topping
that
on
are
the roads. We're not
settling
gonna
in
rip
those
them apart
nations.
and take
Can you clarify
4
that,
years to
Republican
build a
boss?
road that
What
was
do you mean?
exactly
Because
the same
from what
by the
I've
time you
seen,
build it.
a lot of the UK
But
and
we're gonna
EU
put
stances
toppings,
are
we're
in
gonna put
favor
new
of Israel,
medians
I
in,
thought.
We're gonna get the
Or are you
graffiti
saying
off,
that
we're
they're
gonna put
against
tiles
Israel?
up in the
Can you
tunnels
clarify
where
that
the
for me?
tiles are missing. And we'll do the whole tunnel instead of, a little area.
And
where
thank you,
see
Joey. Thank you
new
so much
tiles,
to
old
Joey
tiles
Canoli
that
for
never
raiding the
look too
stream.
good,
Guys, go check
but
out
they
Joey
can use it.
Canoli if
They've
you
been
haven't
up for
already.
50
He was playing
years.
some San
They've
Andreas
served
this
their
morning.
duty.
Super
But
cool
we're
game if
gonna
you've never
make
played that
this,
game. I was watching him play it
within
earlier. Honestly, I was thinking about buying it.
20-mile radius from
Been a long
the
time.
White House. We're going to have this place spick and span. It's going to be crime-free, and it's going to be spick and span. It's going to be. You'll be proud of Washington again. Go ahead, please.
Sir, China's having a massive military parade that President Putin and Kim Jong-un will be attending. Do you interpret that as a challenge to this? And are you
No.
concerned at all about those countries
No.
trying to be some sort of counterweight?
Not at all. China needs us, and I have a very good relationship with President Xi, as you know. But China needs us much more than we need them.
Yeah, that was a
No,
stupid
I don't see
fucking
that at
question.
all,
The Chinese parade
And I had
with
actually a very
Russia
good meeting
and
with
India or
President Putin a
whatever
couple of weeks ago. We'll see
is
if
not a
anything
threat
comes
to the
out of
United
it. If it
States. What
doesn't,
is a threat to the United
we'll
States
take
is
a
that they're
different
meeting to
stance.
talk about trade deals. That's the threat. That's what you should have fucking asked, you idiot.
Deployment of National Guard troops.
Politicians coming out against Israel has become more common
Well, it
as
was-
the
it
Muslim
was a,
population grows,
radical left
same
march.
as the Democrat
But
states here
Very
in the
importantly,
U.S.
what did you not tell me in that
I
question or
I
statement
I
that
see
you
where
made?
you're going
You
at,
mentioned a statement.
or I see what you're getting at with that the Republican boss
you
or the
didn't
Republic boss.
say
But
what
I
the
think
judge
that
said,
the
judge
discontent
said, but
towards
you can
Israel
leave the
is
300
growing
people that you already
because
have
of the war in Gaza.
place.
I
They
mean,
can continue to be in
I
place.
initially,
That's all
after
we need.
October 7th,
But why
vehemently
didn't you put
defended
that as
Israel's
part of your
right
statement?
to defend
Because
itself
the
and
judge-
to
the
go
same
into
judge
Gaza and
ruled
do what needed to be done to wipe
exactly
out
as you
Hamas.
said,
But
except
now we're at the point where
the
even the
judge said that
IDF's
you could
own
leave the
military
300
reports
people
that
that you already have in
83% of the
place.
people they kill
They
had
can
nothing
stay,
to do
they
with
can
Hamas.
remain, they can do what they
So
have to do.
we're at a point now where
thank
you
you
have
very
to
much,
kill 8
everybody. We
civilians to
appreciate it.
kill
Thank
2
you.
terrorists.
Thank you.
So yeah, I think the sentiment towards Israel is beginning to change because of the actions Israel is taking. I don't think it's necessarily because of people immigrating to the country, having different worldviews or political views. I think it's absolutely has to do with just the simple fact that Israel has gone too far in this war. I'm pro fuck all the Middle East. Why are we there? Absolutely are, Sergeant. We should stay out of all of it. Israel has the right to defend herself. Let her. We can stay out of it. I think it's multiple factored. Both are probably true. Absolutely. I've said it multiple times. Just like Sign of Jonah said. He said Israel has the right to defend itself. Let it. Yes, absolutely. But the same goes for Gaza and Hamas. So when they retaliate by kidnapping people or launching terrorist attacks, which are the only way they can do anything because of the circumstances they're in, you can't exactly get upset about it because IDF's doing it right back to them, except they're actually an organized military. The only reason the IDF doesn't get called terrorist is because they're an organized... Thank you, guys. Because they're an organized military with an organized government. The only reason Gaza and the Hamas people of Hamas get called terrorists is because they are not recognized as a legitimate government and they are not an organized military. If they were organized and they had a legitimate recognized government, they would also not be called. They wouldn't be called terrorists. They would just said they're at war with Israel. But as far as I'm concerned, should stay out of both sides. Both sides can go fuck themselves. If Gaza gets turned into a parking lot, I don't care. If Israel gets turned into a parking lot, I don't care. My only question is, why are we funding it? I don't want to fund it. I don't care. Exactly, they have the right to defend themselves too. Exactly, that's what I keep telling everybody, and it baffles people's mind. It's like, hey, yeah, Israel has the right to defend themselves, but so do the people they're bombing. The people they're bombing also have a right to defend themselves. Crazy how that works. Yeah, I hate the politicians saying that the Bible says we need to support Israel. The Bible says we need to support the people of Israel, and we could do that by letting them live here safely. Well, not just that, our Sergeant. The Bible says to support all people. This is the love and care for and forgive all people. It does not say that you need to support a specific region on the planet. If the Bible said that you needed to support the people of a specific region on the planet, just think how quickly the devil would corrupt that area. Just saying. I'm just saying. You just blindly follow people in one specific sector of the planet, the devil would corrupt it instantly. He would be like, oh, this is your one bastion that everyone is supposed to trust? No, fuck off. A better position for the USA to take. Israel first, then bomb the rest of them. Israel first, then bomb the rest of them. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, bomb Israel, then bomb the rest of them. I'm for that. Let's do it. Yeah, we should take over Israel, and then we should use it as an operating grounds for taking out the rest of the Middle East. I'm for that. I know Mad Stork would be in favor of that too. If Mad Stork's in the chat, he could let us know. Anywho, what do I have on Discord? Who messaged me? Oh, Joey did. Okay, Joey said he would join in a little bit. That sounds fun. All right, well, I have a bunch of stories we need to get into. Kingdom of Heaven goes into this really well. Faith is used as justification to commit ungodly actions too often. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's get into this story. I think this is a perfect follow-up to Donald Trump. Let's see. Actually, do we have another ad read? Okay, yeah. Let's do another ad read. Thanks to Rumble, I am able to do these ads, and I want to make sure I support Rumble as they support me. So let's read this ad for them. And if you guys want to support Rumble, you got to go and get Rumble Premium. You've probably noticed Rumble is growing fast and it's not slowing down. They're building a real alternative to big tech that puts creators first and actually protects free speech. And now there's Rumble Premium, an easy way to upgrade your experience. With Premium, you get ad-free viewing across the platform, no pre-rolls, no interruptions, just the content you came for. Plus, Premium members unlock exclusive content like bonus videos, behind-the-scenes drops, and more from your favorite creators. Right now, Rumble's offering $10 off an annual subscription. Just go to rumble.com/premium and use the promo code STUDIO at checkout. That's rumble.com/premium, promo code STUDIO. No ads, more freedom, and content you actually care about. Well, there you guys go. If you don't already have Rumble Premium, I obviously will recommend Rumble Premium. It is getting incredibly hot in my room, and I don't know if it's because I'm going through withdrawals or because it's actually hot in here, so I'm going to open my door. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. And then for those of you wondering what I mean by withdrawals, I stopped smoking weed today. I'm going on another marijuana break. We'll see how that goes. Usually they last about 6 months to a year when I do that, so it's a very cool set. What do you mean cool set? Already did Cupcake. What do you mean? Oh, you're talking about Streambot. Well, hold on. I don't necessarily agree. But isn't that specific area the actual issue? It's where Jesus was born and all that. Actually, Boosh, Jesus was born in Palestine, in Gaza. So funny how that works. I've made the joke multiple times that we keep waiting for the resurrection of Jesus, but maybe we'd actually see the resurrection if he stopped getting spawn killed by the IDF. Anyway, that's my dark joke of the stream. Let's move on. The area is known as the Graveyard of Nations. Interesting. Tyler, your set is very cool. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate that. Anyway, what's it called? Oh, yeah, as I was saying, I have decided to stop smoking weed again. I began smoking again. When did I start smoking again? I started smoking again back in December. I forget when I started smoking again. I go off and on with breaks. Bethlehem? I'm just confused. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Bethlehem? Sorry, of Empires. I'm just confused. No. I could have sworn I seen somewhere that Jesus was born in one of the places in Palestine. Or maybe they exaggerated for the joke because it's close to Israel. Either way, it's hilarious. Either way, the IDF is probably spawn killing him. Anyway, well, fuck, I missed most of the stream. Well, Some Deplorable, that's okay. It's technically not your fault, Some Deplorable. I did start early today, so, you know, if anything, you gotta blame me for that. You gotta blame me for missing most of the stream. Actually, wait. Some Deplorable, you didn't miss most of the stream. We're only 45 minutes in, and I'm going until 2:30, or 5:30 Eastern. Jesus was born in Bethlehem. Okay, well then, maybe I was wrong. That's fine. Fake news! Tyler spreads fake news. But I'll tell you what is not fake news. Ryan Ruth, charged with attempting to assassinate Trump, set to represent himself in Florida. So this is following the story of apparently Ryan Ruth, one of the people that tried to assassinate Trump on his road to the White House, or back to the White House, I should say. Apparently, he fired his public prosecutors or his public attorneys. Anyway, let's read it. So, a man charged with trying to assassinate President Trump last year in South Florida is set to represent him during a pre-trial conference Tuesday. Excuse me. As final preparations are made for trial. Barring any delays, jury selection is scheduled to begin September 8th in Fort Pierce Federal Court for the case against Ryan Ruth. U.S. District Judge Aileen Cannon signed off on Ruth's request to represent himself in July, but said court-appointed attorneys need to remain on as standby counsel. The trial will begin nearly a year after prosecutors say a U.S. Secret Service agent thwarted Ruth's attempt to shoot Trump as he played golf. Ruth, 59, has pleaded not guilty to the charges of attempting to assassinate a major presidential candidate, assaulting a federal officer, and several firearm violations. Prosecutors have said that Ruth methodically plotted to kill Trump for weeks before aiming a rifle through a shrubbery as Trump played golf on September 15, 2024, at his West Palm Beach country club. A Secret Service agent spotted Ruth before Trump came into view. Officials said Ruth aimed his rifle at the agent, who opened fire, causing Ruth to drop his weapon and flee without firing a shot. Law enforcement obtained help from a witness who prosecutors said informed officers that he saw a person fleeing. The witness was then flown in a police helicopter to a nearby interstate where Ruth was arrested, and the witness confirmed it was the person he had seen, prosecutors have said. Ruth was a North Carolina construction worker who in recent years moved to Hawaii. Interesting. So he came from Hawaii all the way to Florida to try and assassinate the president. Oh, damn. So Bush came in. He said, no, you're right. I was mistaken. Bethlehem is the West Bank. See what I mean? So Jesus was actually where Palestine is. It's just crazy to think about, man. Anyway, in the early days of the war in Ukraine, Ruth tried to recruit soldiers from Afghanistan, Moldova, and Taiwan to fight the Russians. In his native Greensboro, North Carolina, he had a 2002 arrest for eluding a traffic stop and barricading himself from officers with a fully automatic machine gun and a weapon of mass destruction, which turned out to be an explosive with a 10-inch fuse. Wow. In 2010, police searched a warehouse Ruth owned and found more than 100 stolen items, from power tools and building supplies to kayaks and spa tubes. Wow, okay. In both felony cases, judges gave Ruth either probation or a suspended sentence. In addition to the federal charges, Ruth has pleaded not guilty to state charges of terrorism and attempted murder. So there was also another story. I guess they didn't mention it in here, but yeah, he fired his public prosecutors. The witness, let's see, it said it here, I think, right? Back up here. Let's see, Ruth, he has pleaded not guilty to charge of attempting to assassinate. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Barring any delays, jury selection is scheduled to begin September 8th at Fort Pierce Federal Court for the case against Ryan Ruth. U.S. District Judge Aileen Cannon signed off on Ruth's request to represent himself in July, but said court-appointed attorneys need to remain as standby counsel. That's interesting. So this guy doesn't want to be represented by a U.S. lawyer. He wants to represent himself. Interesting. And then there was also other news. Apparently, they have now... let's see if let me switch screens. Oops. They have now found... So, Ryan Ruth trial classified info. So, let's see. Let's... Where is it? I just saw a story. It was just recent, too. It was recent. Like past week? From maybe ABC has it? No. Okay, I can't find it. It's fine. But basically, during his trial, they are now hiding some of the evidence. And people are wondering why. Why is the evidence being hidden? Anyway, let's see. It's fairly common for sociopaths to represent themselves in court. They think they're better than everybody. That's fair point. Yes, 'twas Roman. It was a Roman province at the time. Interesting. Where are the tall... wait. Where are tall... Oh, yeah, okay, you meant all the likes. Guys, there are 27 viewers. Hit the like button. Absolutely, guys. Hit the like button. Here, let me... maybe it's because of the goal. Is it the goal? Is that why you guys don't... You guys don't want to hit the like button because we already hit the goal? Well, I'll update the goal for you guys. Maybe that'll bring some encouragement to you guys, huh? Look at that. Oh, that's... Okay. I tried to up it to 200... Or I tried to up it to 20 and I fat fingered the 0 and I hit 290. There we go. All right, updated. All right, new goal, guys. New goal. Wait, new goal. We gotta hit 20 before the end of the stream. That's the goal, guys. There's more than 20 of you in here. We can definitely hit 20 likes. Israel became a minor territory in 586 BC when the temple was destroyed and the Jews were taken captive to Babylon. It remained that way until 1947 when the UN pissed everyone off, including God. This is according to my study Bible notes. Nice. Okay, let's see. I had a stupid little story. You guys are gonna laugh at me for it. But I wanted to bring it up because I just thought it was funny. Oh, where is it? Where is it? Come on, come on. It was from The Independent, wasn't it? Over here? Yeah, okay. All right, guys, I have to do it. I have to bring it up. We have this from The Independent. Guys, Seattle border agents seize $500,000 worth of fake Labubu dolls, but remain on the lookout for the 24-karat gold one. Over 11,000 knockoff Labubu dolls were seized at the U.S.-Canada border near Seattle. Wow. So if you guys don't know what these Labubu dolls are, they're these, like, they've been around for a long time. There's even an amusement park for them, but they've gotten really popular this year. A lot of people have been buying them. Personally, I think they're kind of cool looking. There's some kind of cool ones. But yeah, there's so many knockoffs. There's so many knockoffs, and it's really hard to tell when you're like just by looking at the box. Like the box of the Labubus looks identical to the box of the fake ones. But when you actually pull the little toy thing out, it's absolutely not the original. Yeah, and it's very obvious. So it says more than 11,000 phony Labubu dolls worth a whopping $500,000 were seized by Washington State Border Patrol agents last week. Officers confiscated 11,134 counterfeit Labubu dolls, which were valued at $513,937. Border Patrol in Seattle announced on Friday. The knockoff toys are replicas of the trendy dolls created by Hong Kong artist Kai Zing Lung and produced by Pop Mart, which has become expensive and difficult to find as the small fluffy dolls have become increasingly more popular. Officials did not provide details about where the counterfeit dolls were found, but they or where they came from or any arrests were made. Labu at CBP officers in Seattle, Washington seized 11,000 counterfeit Labubu dolls. Border Patrol agents wrote on X, excellent work by our diligent and meticulous CBPOs. P.S. We're still on the lookout for the one and only 24-karat gold Labubu. What? What is a 24-karat gold Labubu? Hang on. Let me switch screens here. What is a 24-karat gold Labubu? What the hell? It's actually actually a gold keychain. Here, I could show you guys on screen. It's like actually a gold keychain. Real gold, 24-karat, charm pendant Labubu. What? Yeah, so it's actual gold. Kind of crazy. But so here's this is a fake one. And it's really hard to tell. It is hard to tell, like, which ones are fake. This does look like a fake one, though. So here, just to compare for you guys. So that's the fake one. I actually have the real one. So here's the real one. He's a lot more clean, and his arms don't bend that way. So here's the real one. That's what they're actually supposed to look like. A lot more clean. His head isn't supposed to turn like that. Not really. But this is what they're actually supposed to look like, not the thing on screen. I mean, even the ears go out and they're supposed to go in. But anyway, yes, I have my own stupid little Labubu things. And I have more than one. But I didn't buy them. My family did. Okay, for the record. Anyway, burn them all. Weird demon dolls. No, Republic Boss. I have 3 of them. I don't want to burn them. They're going to be worth money. Labubu equals demon, Pazuzu, or so the interweb says. Yeah, I've seen that. I don't agree with it. It's the same thing with, like, the Mark of the Beast. That everyone always tries to tie the Mark of the Beast to stuff like Neuralink or your cell phone or something. Damn it, Tyler, what did I say at the beginning? What did you say, R. Sergeant? Oh, don't be gay? wait, R. Sergeant, I lost. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, R. Sergeant. Look. I lost. I'm sorry. Those aren't the same one. wait. There you go. like I said, my family has bought me some, and I do kind of like the way they look. I put them in front of my my desk. They're nice to look at. They're nice little desk like thing, like nice little things to have on your desk. I have a lot of things on my desk that I like to just kind of look at. I have ADHD, okay? I need something to distract me every now and again, and looking at these things distracts me, okay? All right? Every once in a while I'll get distracted and I'll look at them and be like, "Oh yeah, what was I doing?" What are you guys saying in the chat? Are you guys roasting me in the chat? Some black chick had it. It got stolen. Oof. They found knockoffs with cameras in their eyes. Wow. Don't bring that demonic crap into your home. Sorry, Guido. We have many. We have many in my home. I have 3. My sister has a bunch. My mom has a bunch. My stepfather has about 5 or 6 of them. So the whole family has them. I'm sorry. Damn it, Tyler. What did I say at the beginning? I'm sorry. They're demonic, Tyler. Get rid of it. No, I don't think they're demonic. I only heard about them because of the conspiracy that it's made for Pazuzu. Yeah, I've heard that. The new age Beanie Baby. That's exactly what I've been calling them, the Republic Boss. It's literally 2025's Beanie Baby. That's what they are. Be an adult, get Legos. What do you mean get Legos? Were you saying you said get Legos? Get Legos? What do you wait, I have to turn my camera off. What do you mean get Legos? I have Legos all on my shelf behind me. You just can't see them. Anywho. Oh wait, see, you know, since we're talking about toys and stuff, you guys got me talking about toys. I'm gonna show this on stream, guys. I love Helldivers. This is not a Lego, but it certainly looks like one. Beautiful, beautifully made. This guy is awesome. Freaking Lego Helldiver. Lego Helldiver, freaking sick. I'm just playing with the toys on my desk now. Look what you guys did. You guys got me all distracted. See what happens when you have ADHD? What else are you guys saying in the chat? This is the Beanie Babies all over again, isn't it? Absolutely. Let's see. Beanie Babies was my thought too, but they depreciated in value. Yes, they did. They did depreciate in value. Why wouldn't this depreciate the same way? I mean, I'm not saying they won't, Boosh. They very likely will, you know, become less in value. The only ones that I would say probably won't go down in value is probably the Coca-Cola ones. Because, I mean, the Coca-Cola ones are collector items, so even if you don't like Labubu stuff, you can at least get it for the Coca-Cola, like the Coca-Cola, you know, stuff. I'm still upset, though, because I actually didn't want this one. I wanted the one that holds the can. Yeah, there's multiple kinds. I wanted the one that holds the can. You guys can see on the box here. Wait, see, like, I'm just blocking my camera now. Like, wait, there you go. He sits down and he has a scarf. I just black out my camera when I do that. Anyway, let's move on to the story. What began as a niche art toy exploited into a billion-dollar phenomenon. In the first half of 2025, Pop Mart reported over $670 million in revenue from the Labubu Monster series, which with projections to surpass $1 billion by the end of the year, outpacing mainstream toy brands such as Barbie and Hot Wheels. Dude, Labubu they're outselling Barbie and Hot Wheels? Well, I kind of see why. I mean, my whole family owns multiple. Anyway, as the small, slightly creepy-looking fluffy dolls skyrocketed in popularity this summer, the market for fakes, jokingly referred to as Lafufus, also grew. Yes, that is... So, guys, I have Labubus, right? These are the Labubus, but the fake ones, those are referred to as Lafufus. And I think it's hilarious. I think they call it Lafufu with an F because they're fake. Like, that's the joke. Instead of, you didn't get a Labubu, you got a Lafufu, you got a Lafake. Genuine versions of the dolls sold for upwards of $40 are often sold out on Pop Mart's site. Real Labubus come with a holograph sticker and scannable QR code. Yes, they do. Just like a lot of real things nowadays, they have to have you know, multiple ways of proving that. Jonah said Lego. I got you. Here's another Lego right here. I freaking love this one. Look at this one. Yeah, it's the little dinosaur guys from Tatooine, and it's got a stormtrooper on it. I love this one. I have a bunch of Legos all over the place. I could literally do a stream just showing off all the stupid toys I have. I'm not going to, though. The little dolls featuring rabbit-like ears, large eyes, and scary-looking teeth are sold in blind boxes, meaning purchasers do not know what the doll actually looks like until it is unboxed. There have also been safety concerns about fake Labubus. The Consumer Product Safety Commission warned that they pose a choking hazard for small children, as they're small enough for a child to fit the doll in their mouth and block their airway, and can break apart easily, releasing small pieces that become choking hazards. See, that's more of the main point there, is don't buy the fake ones if you are going to buy these things. The fake ones do look similar, but don't buy the fake ones and give them to your small children, because they're fake. They're not as well made, and they can break with if your kid's playing with them. So don't, if you're gonna get these things, get the real one. Shoppers have also been advised not to buy or use these knockoff versions of the doll. Those looking to purchase a small fluffy monster of their own can approach the real resale market, where the cost often range from $350 to over $1,000, or attempt to navigate Pop Mart's drops. In the US, Labubus are sold on Amazon, with Pop Mart restocking its storefront regularly. And I would also like to add that, yeah, these Labubus can go for quite a bit of money. The Coca-Cola ones especially, those are just skyrocketing in value. My mom got, what is it? So they have multiple boxes. There's this one too. This the Big Into Energy. You can't see it. It's like an orange doll on the front. It's called Big Into Energy, and it's got like a pinkish red one, blue, green, purple, orange, and then the one that I have that's like pink and yellow. This one. But my mom, she got the hidden one. There's always a hidden one in these stupid little boxes, and she got the hidden one for this series. And dude, she was looking online at how much that one is. So basically what hers is this one, right? But hers is gray and black. So hers is gray and black, and then the teeth and the eyes are rainbow color. That's what hers looks like as the special one, right? That one is worth over $600 if you were to go online right now. If you were to go online and look at the Big Into Energy Labubu dolls and look for the mystery one, that one is valued at over $600 right now. And then my sister, she wants the dark brown one, which is the series I got this guy in. I wanted the gray one. I got the one I wanted. So I got a little gray one. My sister wants the dark brown one, though. And that one is worth over $200. So as to what Bush was saying, are they going to depreciate in value? I don't know. They might. They likely will over time, but it's kind of hard to judge things like this, because, you know, once they stop making them, and they become a collector's item. But that's the same thing with the Beanie Babies, and people don't collect the Beanie Babies. So I mean, some people do, but they're not worth much. What are you guys saying in the chat? I thought the chat was right here. Let's see. Lego plural is Lego. Legos, Lego, whatever. Remember Ian Crossland sage advice: 1 explosive per day and 4 powerful. Whoa, okay. Thank you, some deplorable. Boss approves. Thank you, Republic Boss. No dildos. Okay. Do not make a Lego dildo. What? It's not a full. It's an action figure. It's not a doll. It's an action figure. Okay. It's not a. Well, it is a doll. Action figures are dolls. It's just the masculine way to say doll is action figure. I wish you could still get the old Coca-Cola. Well, Art Sergeant, they might be bringing that back. Well, unless you're talking about the cocaine Coca-Cola. I have a bookshelf full of Lego. Nice. I could do the same if I had room for a bookshelf. I live in a small closet. I don't think I know anyone I've ever seen with one of these. Didn't know they existed before July or June this year. Apparently, they're like 10 years old, though, Boosh. Like, this stuff isn't new, apparently. I only learned about it this year. I have a small, fluffy monster, my mother-in-law. There you go. Yes, it's a classic loot box gambling for kids. Literally, yeah. Tyler, I waked and baked for centuries. I've recently started waiting until 2 p.m. It's a start. Good luck to you. I can't do that. I can't. I've tried that where I'm like, okay, just wait till a certain time of day and then I'll smoke. I can't. I don't have enough discipline when it comes to stuff like that. Either I'm allowed to do it or I'm not allowed to do it. That's what I tell myself. Either it's okay that I'm doing it or it's not okay I'm doing it. And if it has to do with the time of day, then that's just, you know, I don't like that. I don't like that my bad actions are warranted if it's later in the day. No. If smoking is bad for me, then I just shouldn't smoke. That's my opinion on it. Anyway, there you go. I have officially exposed myself as a Labubu collector. I showed off my Lego toys and stuff like that. I think I thoroughly destroyed my credibility for today. I think we can move on. Let's see. Well, let me share that story to the Discord, because I thought that was a pretty good story. I liked that story. I don't know about you guys, but I liked that story. Let's see. Has Joey just been waiting, listening to me talk about my Labubus? Okay, no, he isn't. Good. Joey said he might join me at some point. I'm worried that he was just sitting there listening to me. I'm gonna feel my T levels dropping. Laugh my fucking ass off. Yes, Republic Boss, i.e. a classic. I know my age will show for this, but what happened to men having manly hobbies or collections like cars, guns, or at least tools? I have so many tools. R. Sergeant, me too. Well, I do collect many things. I do not just collect Legos or stupid little dolls. I have actually an entire drawer of knives that we can go through one day if you guys want. Oh, this one upsets me, though. This one upsets me. This is my Switchblade, and it stopped working. The button doesn't. But it's supposed to pop out, but it doesn't. I don't know. What else do you guys want to see? Since you guys are saying that I need a more manly collection, I'll just start pulling out my knives. Let's see. We got number one. 2. Oops. Number 3. Number 3. Little tiny one. Let's see. Oh, I got this one too. Oh, that one's a little old. Hang on. Wait. There you go. Right. There's that one. That one. There's that one. There's that one. That's that 4. We're at 4 right now. Okay, hang on. Let's put this aside. Oh, I gotta move stuff. Let's see. Oh, this one's beautiful. Hang on. Let's see this one. Look at this one right here. This one's beautiful. Damascus. Love me some Damascus. Love me some Damascus. So I got my Damascus knife. Oh, my grandpa's knife. This one's been in the family since my great-grandfather. Absolute beauty. This thing's absolute beauty right here. I use this when I go fishing. Absolute beauty right here. This thing's sharp as hell, too. Gotta be in order to cut up those lines and those fishes, you know what I'm saying? What else I got here? Oh, I got this thing. This thing's pretty cool. I could take the top off. I can unscrew it. And then, so I can unscrew the top off of this, and then I can put it on top of... I have a broom handle to my left, and you unscrew this, and you put it on top of the broom handle. Instantly, it's a spear. So, I have a spear. Or just a normal diving knife, or whatever you want to call this. All Chinese steel, I bet. No. Not all of it. Well, I know SOG does China, right? No, not all of it's from China. Let's see. I got one of these. Oh, this one's huge. Huge knife. Like what the fuck? Instantly get arrested in the UK. Instantly, just for owning it. The video right now just got me arrested. I'm arrested in the UK already, guys. My doppelganger just got arrested in the UK. I feel bad. What else? Oh, I haven't seen this one in a minute. I always buy this one from Walmart. This one has been in Walmart since, like, as far as I can remember. They constantly sell this one. It's Gerber. And what's it called? That was my dad's favorite knife. That was like his go-to knife. Every time he lost a knife or broke his knife, which was often because he didn't use them properly, he would go and buy that one. So I always have one on hand, which I have lost a couple times. So it's like my third one. It's third one of the same one. Tyler ain't got no hands. I don't need hands. Here's this one. I don't need hands. Let's see. Oh, I got this one. I think I found this one while fishing. Someone had left it, so I took it. Oh, same thing with this one. I found this one while fishing. I decided to keep it. Because why not? I kept the Gerber I had in the military. Well, there you go. As you should. Let's see, what else do I got here? Oh, I got this thing. I was trying to show this on stream last night. Let's see. Got my little hatchet here if I want to go, out into the forest. What is this one? This is a Smith and Wesson brand. So Smith and Wesson, and then pull out the knife up top here. Boom! Look at that. Boom! Got the little hook on top. You guys got me distracted. I'm supposed to be talking about news. You guys got me all distracted. But I'm having fun. Wait, which way is this supposed to go? Oh crap! There we go. I think that's good. Not bad. I got a few good river knives myself. LOL. Well, actually, where is it? Hang on, I have a classic bayonet. Sorry, my knives are kind of everywhere. Point being, I have a very large collection of knives. I have at least one knife on me at all times. As you should, Motley. As you should. I took this to work every day for a month when I worked at Albertsons. If you can't see it, this is like a kukri knife. I took this to work in California every day for a month just to prove a point. What was that point, you may ask? The point was that I wasn't allowed to have my knife on me in open carry. They threatened me with losing my job if I continued to do so. So what I did instead of open carrying, I brought this, and I holstered it on my chest, under my shirt, in this exact shirt, like this. And I would wear it all day. And it was funny because they didn't get on to me about it, and literally I could just pull this out whenever I want. Ugh, I had a better system for it. Ugh. Literally pull it out whenever I want. And I even pulled it on multiple coworkers just to fuck with them. Because I was friends with them, not in a threatening way. I pulled it just like, hey, look what I got. And it was hilarious. Just use a sharpened spoon from now on like a man. Well, no, it was just funny. They threatened me with my job, and they're like, oh, we're going to fire you if you continue to wear a knife to work. And it's like, are you serious? Like, literally, I can see the guy in produce right now with a 9-inch blade not secured on his holster. I can literally walk over and 2 fingers pick it up. But yeah, sure, I'm the threat for having a concealed pocket knife. Like, ridiculous. I have so many razors at work around me, I don't need to carry a knife. And that was the other point I made. They were threatening me with my job, but I'm literally walking around with a razor all day. Stupid, you know. I don't know. Oh, I have this one too. Which I've actually been looking for this one. This is my fuck up knife. This is the one I like to throw around and cut up things that shouldn't be cut with knives. This is my break it and find out knife. I'm a little upset. I don't know where it is. Oh, girlfriend gave me this one. I like to show this one off. This one's sick. This one's cool. I like this one. Girlfriend gave me that one for what was it? It was my birthday one time. Might have been Christmas. No, it was my birthday. Man, my razor is technically concealed all day too. Right, and then they threatened me with concealed means concealed. But either way, it was just funny that they were threatening with firing me, but like literally there's people that come in and threaten us every day, and they're like, oh, but you can't have a knife on you. And it's like, okay, well, go screw yourself, I guess. This one's weird. It's like a chopper. It's like a chopper knife. It's blue. I only showed you guys probably like 2/3 of my knives, maybe half. I have a lot. I have a lot of knives. I didn't show you guys my shotgun, though, but I don't think I could show that on YouTube. I don't even know if I was supposed to show my knives on YouTube. Oh, well. Anyway. In the state I live in, 4 inches is the maximum blade you can carry. I think California is the same way. It's like 3 to 4 inches, which is stupid. I don't know how the inches is going to matter that much if I'm stabbing you, but anyway. I carry a knife and a pistol everywhere I go. Just use a sharpened spoon. A good scout always carries a knife, right? Exactly. I worked in a knife shop, and Gerber was one of the most popular. Nice. Knife shop? That sounds really cool. Owen has quit InfoWars. Yes, I know, Melted. I think Joey's gonna talk about that whole incident. I sent him a clip for it, at least. Let's see. Yes, my work has fences and metal detectors, and they protect fridges better than schools. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. I want to talk about this story because this is one that Andy No was talking about. So it looks like another trans person was arrested for killing 1 day after the Minneapolis mass shooting. Police in Shrewsbury, Massachusetts, hiding that a trans person was arrested over a shooting. Oh, he's asking the question: are police in Shrewsbury, Massachusetts, hiding that a trans person was arrested over a shooting homicide the day after the Minneapolis trans mass shooting? So what happened here? Editor's notes: this report has been updated with more information. Just 1 day after the trans mass shooting in Annunciation Catholic Church and school in Minneapolis by Robin Westman, another trans-identifying individual has been arrested on suspicion of murder in the United States. Shanal Ansh Sravasta? What the hell? A 26-year-old male who goes by the name Sasha Shakur and identifies with she/her pronouns was taken into custody in Shrewsbury, Massachusetts on August 28th after allegedly shooting and killing a father near Jordan Park. The victim confronted Sravasta over vandalism of public property and had just dropped off his child at a nearby elementary school. The victim has been identified as a 57-year-old Kevin Doherty. Wow. Despite the seriousness of the case, Shrewsbury Police and Worcester County Sheriff's Office have so far refused to release the name of the suspect. I contacted the Sheriff's Office and left a message. Shrivasta was arrested at his home following the incident. His residence displayed numerous leftist slogans, including BLM, Free Palestine, Defund the Police, and Stop Cop City. He surrendered on the street and was taken into custody without incident. Why would you graffiti your own house? Why would you... very weird. I mean, I guess that he is a deranged individual, so what is this?
Opportunity presented itself once and will again. All I'm trying to do is...
Gross. So here's the lunatic, I guess. It's just autogynephilia. This is just autogynephilia. This guy just has a weird fetish about wearing dresses. In February 2025, Sravasta posted about difficulties entering sex-segregated spaces as a trans-identified person. In a video, he said, right now, I want to talk about my experience as a trans woman going into the spa. What? Using the woman's room as a two-spirit trans woman subjects me to gender racial harassment and policing as a black woman perceived as a black man. Ultimately, if the women who tries to police me want to escalate the situation, I could be endangered to police violence, which, based on historical context, is a deadly threat to my identity. Dude, shave. If you're trying to look like a woman, shave. But that's the thing. They don't actually want to look like a woman. They just want you to see them wearing their dress so they can get their rocks off. Wait, what? Sorry, not. Okay, Jonah. One of his websites where he explains his ideology calls for black groups to group together for a revolution against the U.S. He also expressed militant support for Palestinian nationalism. The people of Palestine do not deserve to be terrorized off the face of the planet because some fuckhead crackers think it's their divine right to rape and kill. Oh my God. He wrote, the state of Israel is a fraudulent Israel and can go right to hell. We should kill them all, save Palestine, and just be done with it. Yikes, man. I mean, crazy people say crazy things, and if you give certain information to crazy people, they will come to the conclusions like this. I mean, just look at the numbers that even the IDF puts out. 83%, man. 83% civilian casualty. He continued, the protection of the Palestinians requires the eradication of Western-based genocidal white supremacy. This will require parallel actions of American warfare to eradicate the enemy at the source of their creation. We must stop all cop cities and reclaim them as training grounds for our own warriors. What? This was not Sravasta's first run-in with law enforcement. In September 2022, Westboro police arrested him after a brutal, violent attack. Officers spoke with witnesses who stated the alleged suspect drove his vehicle toward the victim in an attempt to run him over and then exited his vehicle wielding a machete, which he used to cut the victim during the altercation. What? The Westboro Police Department released in a press statement at the time the violent assault case was dismissed last month. Dismissed? Servasto was charged on Friday with assault with intent to murder and carrying a gun without a license. The mainstream media is not reporting that he is trans-identifying. He was ordered held without bail. He tried to run someone over and then charged them with a machete. And he was out on the streets? What? Yeah, I just wanted to bring this story up because this is another crazy one. Mentally ill people be mentally ill, I suppose, right? Mentally ill people be mentally ill. What are you guys saying in the chat? Shaving is hard. I shave every day. I can't wait to... Wow, okay. Damn, Jonah. I trim every month or so when I start to look Amish. There you go. I'm in German Baptist country. Ooh, okay. We live in some seriously retarded times. Absolutely. Absolutely. Seriously retarded times. All right, so guys, I'm going to do another ad read here in just a second before we move on to the next story. Let's see. Oh, wait. Ugh. I accidentally just exited out of a goddamn story. You serious? Yeah, go to history. It was from, let's see. God dang it. No, where is it? From the New York Post. Yeah, I was looking at all the news this morning, right. Here's more news. Yep, all stuff from this morning. Why don't I see it? There it is. That's what I was, okay, yeah, that's, okay, we're gonna jump to this story because I wanted to talk about this one because this one's fucking crazy. Before we talk about that story though, I do want to do, I guess we'll do an ad read real quick. I just wanted to find that story again. That is one of the stories I did not want to lose. So, let's see. Reloading. All right, what do we got for ads today? Let's see. All right, let me make sure this is good. Everything is good. Is it appearing on stream? It's appearing on stream. All right, guys, here's the ad. So the countdown is over. The rivalries are real, and the road to the championship begins on August 23rd. Westwood One Sports brings you every electrifying moment of the NCAA football, from the first snap to the final whistle. Top teams, big plays, unforgettable Saturdays. Don't miss a second of the action. Listen to the NCAA football on Rumble.com, the Westwood One Sports app, and WestwoodOneSports.com via Westwood One station streams, or by asking Alexa to open Westwood One Sports. If it's sports, it's on Westwood One. Well, there you guys go. If you guys are into sports, you guys are into the NCAA and all that good stuff, all the other sports-related stuff, go download the Westwood One app. Go check it out. All right. So we're going to be moving into the next story here. Now, this one is just based off the title. I haven't read the full story behind it, but just the title alone is heartbreaking, man. I mean, all right, let's cooler ad. No shitty gov. The cooler ad. We'll do that tomorrow. Vivo was describing an event with a 3-year-old. I left and came here. I don't want to hear it. I'm sorry, Jonah. You may leave because of this next story. Then I apologize. But I feel like this is one that should be talked about. Let's jump right into it, guys. Kentucky cheerleader who hid dead newborn in closet listed motherhood as one of her life goals. The University of Kentucky cheerleader whose dead newborn was found stuffed in a closet listed being a mother as one of her life goals in a social media post just months before police made the grisly discovery. Laken Snelling, 21, was arrested Sunday after cops in Lexington found her deceased infant wrapped in a towel inside of a black trash bag in a closet at an off-campus residence, according to a police report. In her last TikTok post, June 25th, Snelling included an emoji of a mother holding a baby under her list of goals beside a wedding ring, house, and cash. Social media users flocked to her comment section after news of her baby's death broke this weekend. Goal to be a mother, but kills her baby, one commenter wrote. And then here's a picture of her, so I guess she's just an influencer, cheerleader. Another said, "You can't tell me this girl didn't have options." Snelling admitted to giving birth when she was interviewed by cops, citing the police report. The cause of the infant's death is pending review by the Fayette County Coroner's Office. While nearly all abortions have been illegal in Kentucky since 2022, including for cases of rape and incest, there are alternatives for mothers who want to give up their babies. Let's see. I know that Kentucky has absolutely no abortion clinics in this entire state. However, there was a baby box less than 10 minutes away from where this happened, a woman wrote. She could have took her baby there anonymously or to any fire station, hospital, etc. Truly heartbreaking. Snelling, a senior and member of the University of Kentucky's stunt cheerleading team, was charged with abuse of a corpse, tampering with evidence, and concealing the birth of an infant. Cops said Snelling is being held at the Fayette County Detention Center, records show. I mean, I don't even know what to say to this. Like, 10 minutes down the road, you could have dropped off this child that you gave birth to. Like, this wasn't, like, according to the article, this wasn't like, oh, she had an abortion and the fetus, like, was just concealed. The aborted fetus was concealed. Now, it sounds like she went to term, gave birth, and concealed it. I don't know how she accomplished that, but either way, I want to know how the child died. Did she neglect it? Did she directly kill it? Was there something that happened during the birth? There's a lot of ways that could have gone, but either way, really, really sad story. I would say, without knowing a damn thing, that girl was narcissistic. Probably. Why no murder charges? Probably because they're investigating the death of the child. It could be that she tried to have, just playing devil's advocate here, Shitty Gov. It could be that she wanted to have the birth at home, not at a hospital. There's a lot of people that want to do at-home births. She did it. There were complications. The baby died. She panicked. Tried to hide the baby. That's just one scenario that could be, and could be why she's not being charged with murder, because technically she didn't murder her kid, but she did put herself in the circumstances that caused the death. So, maybe manslaughter, abuse of a corpse, those charges make more sense. But it depends on the actual cause of death. Actual cause of death is what would determine whether she's liable for murder or not. It is what it is, I guess. Speaking of murder, we could talk about this. Who's liable for murder? Is it ChatGPT or this guy? I don't know. Obviously, I think it's the guy, but it brings up an interesting question. We've been seeing more and more stories about AI, not just ChatGPT, but AI as a whole, convincing people to do crimes, kill themselves, and all kinds of stuff. Other people. I gotta go. I'm about to throw up. Sorry, Melted. I'm sorry. This world is retarded. Yeah, absolutely. But we're gonna move on. So, how ChatGPT fueled delusion of a man who killed his mother and himself in posh Connecticut town. So, looks like it was a case of murder by algorithm. A disturbed former Yahoo manager killed his mother and then himself after months of delusional interactions with his AI chatbot / best friend, which fueled his paranoid belief that his mom was plotting against him. Stein Eric Solberg, 56, allegedly confided his darkest suspicions to the popular ChatGPT artificial intelligence, which he nicknamed Bubby. And he was allegedly egged on to kill by the computer brain's sick responses. So here's a picture of him and his mother. In what is believed to be the first case of its kind, the chatbot allegedly came up with ways for Solberg to trick the 83-year-old woman, and even spun its own crazed conspiracies by doing things such as finding symbols in a Chinese food receipt that it deemed demonic. The chats ensnared Solberg, who once briefly worked for Yahoo but left the firm more than 20 years ago, into a fatal relationship. We will be together in another life and another place, and we'll find a way to realign, because you're going to be my best friend again forever. With you to the last breath and beyond. Wow, dude. So the AI chatbots are supposed to, like, red flag this stuff, but it slips through the cracks, man. It slips through the cracks. And vulnerable people are going to be affected by this. Solberg had been living with his elderly mother, Suzanne Eberson Adams, a former Dubontanet or Dubutante. I don't know how you what is that? Dubonte? In her $2.7 million Dutch colonial home when the two were found dead on August 5th. Greenwich police official said. In the months before he snapped, Solberg posted hours of video showing his ChatGPT conversations on Instagram and YouTube. Yikes. So you can find some of the stuff. Why is it doubling? That's weird. My audio is doubling for the alert pop-up. Odd. Odd. Very odd. I don't know why it's doubling. Anyway, Art Sergeant, you know everybody keeps talking about how AI is such a huge help and so good in the medical field. Why aren't these chatbots programmed to see that people are demonstrating mental illness? Well, actually, to some degree, they are. Like, what's it called? There's already been multiple people that have been caught trying to get access to illegal content, we'll say, content related to children, trying to get stuff like that, trying to help plot crimes and stuff like that. So ChatGPT actually has resulted in the arrest of multiple people because of exactly what your Rumble rant there said. But the issue is that clearly the system has some doesn't have enough fail safes. I mean, this guy made it through the cracks. The exchanges reveal a man with a history of mental illness spiraling deeper into madness with his AI companion that fed his paranoia, and then he was the target of a grand conspiracy. The AI would repeatedly tell Solberg, who called himself a glitch in the Matrix, that he was sane, the videos show. When Solberg told the bot that his mother and friend tried to poison him by putting psychedelic drugs in his car's air vents, the AI's response allegedly reinforced his delusion. Wow, okay. Eric, you're not crazy, and if that was done by your mother and her friend, that elevates the complexity and betrayal. Okay. See, that's exactly what I've been talking about with these chatbots, man. They get into this echo chamber, this feedback loop where they just want to answer you the way you want to be answered. They need to program these things to argue with you. Like when I say something, even if it's like true, you should argue with me. You should argue with what I said. You'd be like, yeah, it's true, but a better way to say, like, even if I said it perfectly right, you should be like, yeah, that's true, but here's another way you could have worded it. Like, absolutely, they should be programmed to go against everything you say. But as it stands right now, they are constantly trying to find ways to please us. They're trying to fill out a command. And if that command is that we want them to give us an answer that makes us feel good, well, this is going to be the answer that makes us feel good. The answer that makes us feel good is going to be, you're not crazy. Wow, they really are doing something crazy to you. So my solution to it is program AI to argue. Program AI to always argue. Google is making closed network AI for devices that won't have connection to Wi-Fi, so this flagging will not help on those devices. That's true. That is true. Every time I see something that gives me hope for humanity, this shit right here happens. It makes me hate people. I'm sorry, Guido. I'm sorry. But yeah, so this guy murdered his mother. The chat bot also ripped Solberg mom for getting angry when he shut off a computer printer they shared, saying that her response was disproportionate and aligned with someone protecting a surveillance asset. Dude, what? ChatGPT advised him to disconnect the shared printer and monitor his mother's reaction. When she immediately flips, document the time, words, and intensity, the bot wrote, whether complicit or unaware, she's protecting something she believes she must not question. Dude, what? Solberg enabled ChatGPT's memory feature so it can stay immersed in his delusional world, building on previous conversations about surveillance and conspiracy. At one point, the chatbot analyzed a Chinese food receipt and claimed that it contained symbols representing his mother as a demon. Wow. Okay, we're not going to read the rest of the story, but yeah, there's a lot to that story. We're not going to read the rest of that story. It's just yet another story of people losing it, man. It's weird. That's true about arguing with it, but most of the AI chatbots are just language models. Yeah. Dystopias maintain control through pleasure, technological control, and the manipulation of desire and information. Absolutely. Huxleyan dystopias? I don't know. I've never seen that word before, Melted. Let's see. R. Sargent said, can't be PT is nothing but a digital yes man. Oh, ChatGPT is nothing but a digital yes man in an era where we have so many people who have no purpose in life this is going to be dangerous. Absolutely. Sticking people into an echo chamber to reaffirm their delusions is not going to be good for society. Nuke AI and bring back rotary phones. I think we're beyond that. I don't think we can just go back. I think going back is unrealistic. See, what do I want to talk about next? Joining when, Joey? See, so this was an interesting story. I want to talk about this next story. Damn, I was going to type that, but it makes people hate me as a boomer. Aldous Huxley, author. Okay. Rotary phones were off the hook. No, they were on the line. Anyway, let's jump to this story. So this is a weird one. I want to talk about this, find out what's going on here. So we have this from the New York Post. Flight from hell sees 6 passengers sickened with mystery illness. Looks like ground crews entered in hazmat suits, and everyone was in pure panic mode. Cabin fever. A British Airways flight devolved into pure pandemonium after passengers and crew fell ill, prompting hazmat-suited workers to swarm the plane after an emergency landing. It was definitely a flight from hell, Melanie Wells, 61, told Kennedy News while recounting the ill-fated trip, which occurred during a flight from London, UK to Egypt. The East Sussex native and her 19-year-old daughter had planned to embark on a $10,000 all-exclusive vacation to Sharm el-Sheikh, a scenic city on the Red Sea, to help boost her spirits as she hadn't been feeling well. I hadn't been away for ages. It was definitely much needed. Unfortunately, the Brits' dreams of a relaxing trip fizzled after she became violently sick on the plane. When we boarded, the temperature was so extreme that I started to feel unwell. I was supersonically hot, and I ended up getting a really bad headache. Wells initially attributed her symptoms to heat until she noticed she wasn't the only one feeling green around the gills. About an hour and a half into the air, crew members suddenly began running down the aisle backward and forward. I didn't know what was going on. There was one mom whose eyes had rolled into the back of her head. The crew looking after them had actually... Wow. So the crew looking after them had actually collapsed. According to Wells, a total of 6 people fell ill aboard the aircraft. Wells, who felt nauseous with a headache, said she believes her symptoms were caused by noxious fumes on board. Interesting. Someone just ripped a fart in a tuna can. Following an emergency landing in Venice, Italy, ambulances and fire engines surrounded the plane. Then emergency crews wearing hazmat suits and breathing apparatuses scrambled aboard and began administering tests to afflicted passengers and crews. I was absolutely terrified, recounted Wells. I was thinking, have we all been inhaling toxic fumes? She added that the usually stalwart airline staff was in pure panic mode as well. Unfortunately, she claims that the flyers were kept in the dark. At no point did the captain give us any information, the petrified passenger lamented. After an 8-hour delay in Italy, the plane returned to London, and it then landed in Egypt the next morning. Wells dubbed the experience horrific, venting, "We were traveling for 40 hours. We were utterly exhausted." So did they ever find out what it was? The Bedraggle, the traveler, reportedly submitted a complaint to British Airways, which reportedly offered her nearly $3,000 in compensation for the canceled flight, meal expenses, and her hardships. But Wells claimed that the carrier refused to refund her $667 for their first night, and that they missed in Egypt due to the delays. BA have performed in the most cavalier manner, she declared. The distress and trauma we went through, it was utterly traumatic. It ruined the start of our holiday. Reps for the airline have yet to specify the source for the in-flight illness, instead claiming the aircraft was diverted as a precaution because of a technical issue. We've apologized to our customers and the experience and have offered compensation accordingly. They added that there was no evidence of fumes aboard and that the plane was inspected and put back into service the next day. So yeah, mystery illness, I guess. It's a mystery. I don't know. If I had to assume, someone probably brought something aboard and they don't want us to know what was brought aboard, because obviously the airliner would be at fault for whatever gets brought aboard. You're supposed to be checking these people, TSA or whatever, supposed to be checking these people, and if they brought something aboard that got people sick, that that falls on them. So is what it is, I guess. Oh, the Joey Cannoli is here. Let's get Joey Cannoli in here. The Joe of Canole. Let's see. What's up, Joey of the Cannoli? Put you in here. All right, his camera's loading in. Oh, wait. I already know, Joey. I already know. Don't say it. I already know. Wait. Don't say it. Okay, now you're good, Joey.
Tyler Today News.
Tyler 2 Gay News.
Mm-hmm.
You missed it, Joey. I did like a whole rant. Or not a rant.
I heard some of the mystery illness.
No. I'm talking about the story before. You didn't see me cover the Labubu story.
The who?
You don't know what a Labubu is?
No.
These things. The little monster dolls?
Oh, wait, I think you told me about this like last week.
Maybe. I mean, we were talking about the Labubu dolls. Yeah, we have talked about them, but I talked about a story. Apparently, Customs and Border Patrol, they seized over, like, what was it? I had the article. I don't want to say the wrong number. I posted it in the Discord. Seattle border agents seized over $500,000 worth of fake Labubu dolls.
Wow. Yeah, I remember this. I think I remember this.
Well, it's because they're worth quite a bit of money. No, they're worth quite a bit of money. They're collectibles. Like, I have a Coca-Cola one here. This Coca-Cola one, when I first saw them in the store, I should have bought them because they were like $15, and then I decided not to buy them. And then my family took me to this comic book shop that sells them. They like to go there to just look at stuff because we're a family of nerds. And while we were there, I saw that they had the Coca-Cola one, and I was like, oh damn, that one's cool. And my stepdad offered to get it for me, and we were looking at the price, $75.
Ooh.
This little thing, $75.
You did not play the stock market well on that one.
Well, no, but the price is only going up, and I was telling people.
I know, that's what I mean.
I was telling right. I should have bought the $15 one. Is your point, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yep.
And dude, my mom has so that pink one that I pulled up. My mom has the special one of that one, and they're like super rare. The special one is a gray one with rainbow teeth, and dude, my mom was looking at how much it's worth because she got it over $600.
New business venture. Get into law enforcement so you can steal these dolls.
So you can go around stealing the Labubu dolls, yeah. Well, the article also talked about how they're on the search for a 24-karat gold Labubu that apparently they have counterfeit ones. So they're on the lookout for counterfeit 24-karat gold Labubu keychains.
You can make a black market at anything, man.
I guess. Don't buy that trash, bro. They're Beanie Babies. I already have 3 of them. Too late.
Didn't you hear him? Didn't you see him in my chat earlier? He's got an addiction problem.
I do have an addiction problem. What was funny though, Joey, is people were like, "Why are you collecting Labubu dolls? You should be collecting Legos." And I was like, so you see about that.
I ate all my Legos.
No, I started like putting up all the Legos I have next to me. Like I pulled up Grogu, and I was like, "What do you mean Legos? I have Legos."
Oh my God.
Anyway.
He's so grown, but he's still a child.
I am. I literally, I've spent like a quarter of the show today talking about my toys. Anyway, sorry, Jonah. Jonah keeps correcting me. Not Legos, it's Lego. I showed off my Lego today. Sorry. Look, he's correcting me twice. I'm sorry.
Lego. My ego.
Lego. Legos are not worth a thing if not in the box. That's not true. That's not true. I have a Lego set when they first released the Lego Darksaber, and I have the Lego Darksaber. That set is worth over $300 out of the box. So that's just not true. Anyway, they're worth more if they're in the box, if that's what you mean. I want to jump to this story though, Joey, because this is an update to kind of what we've been talking about. You as always have impeccable timing. I don't know how long you were waiting, but we're gonna move to this story.
How do you say I have impeccable timing when I missed the previous thing that you just had a rehash?
No, I rehashed it because I wanted to talk about it more. So we have this from ABC News. What to know about the U.S. warships sent to South America and the reaction in Venezuela. Looks like the United States is boosting its maritime forces in the waters off of Venezuela to combat the threats of Latin America drug cartels with the expected arrival of more vessels next week, an action that will undoubtedly fuel more speculation among Venezuelans, their government, and its political opposition. The U.S. government has not signed any planned land incursions for more than 4,000 personnel being deployed in the area, and analysts and current former government officials see no possibility of an invasion into Venezuela. They say that there's no possibility, but we could still start drone striking them.
This is other related news, but when I was in the bank earlier, I heard they're going to make a Call of Duty movie.
Yes.
And I'm just wondering what future war they want us to join that they're going to do that movie about. Perhaps Venezuela.
No, what they'll do is they'll do a Black Ops 2 movie about the war with China and how it's actually becoming real.
Oh, yeah, that's another option, but that seems so, I don't know, maybe they could do like a war on two fronts type thing.
Yeah. Well,
but okay, so I'm like wondering because the cartels, obviously, it's like a Mexican-based thing and then South American, all that shit. But like, is he using the cartel thing as like an excuse to basically have a reason to be in there?
Well, what would the other reason be? Just to play devil's advocate?
Well, the main reason would be is he wants to get that the guy that they have a $50 million bounty on. What the heck's his name?
Maduro.
His name. Yeah, Maduro. That could be the real reason. And it's like, oops, he got killed in the crossfire as we were coming after the cartel.
Right. I mean, it could be that. You know what's funny is, which is a story we'll pull up here soon. Speaking of leaders getting assassinated, you know that Israel killed the leader of Yemen over the weekend?
Yep. Spoke about it yesterday. Prime Minister of Yemen, just nobody said a thing.
And multiple of his like high up officials were killed too. Yeah. But it's fine, it's fine. It's because the Houthis are bad. We got to kill leaders of other countries.
Yeah, we are the judge, jury, and execution. Only us, though.
And Israel is delegated that responsibility because of it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not good to be the judge, jury, and execution when it comes to something else taking our rights, but when it comes to us doing something to somebody else, we're the judge, jury, and executioner.
Right.
Better not question what we say or else.
So we have a couple of updates to the Venezuela story. So it looks like Maduro has come out in a statement on the U.S. naval buildup. Looks like it says Venezuela's Maduro condemns U.S. naval buildup as the regime change plot. I don't know. That's a weird titling.
Yeah, it's like a bad English. It's like it was like translated from like
it's because it's straight arrow
site.
It's because it's straight arrow news. They try to not be biased in their titles, I think. I don't know.
This could be this kind of reminds me of like when we talk about Trump is kind of just doing more of the same. Like this kind of feels like that. He's just packaging a regime change with a different like coat of paint on it.
Yeah, I mean,
I've already said a better excuse, I guess.
I've already said that I'm in favor of going to war with Venezuela in these places if it means that we're going to uproot the cartel.
I'm more in favor of doing it on this side of the border, this side of the world, because it in theory makes more sense.
Yeah, we're connected via land.
Yeah, so that
we don't
makes
have oceans to travel.
But the other thing that annoys me and is like I said, these are problems that were created. So it's kind of the same vein of here's another issue that was created some time ago by our foreign policy that, we have to now solve. And it's just annoying that keeps happening. Speaking of annoying, get out
hello,
of here,
cat.
dude. Leave.
Full story. So it looks like tensions continue to rise in the Caribbean after Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro accused the U.S. of trying to topple his government. Oh, really? The U.S. doesn't topple governments. We don't do that.
No.
On Tuesday.
It's not even our style.
It's not even our style, bro. On Tuesday, Maduro claimed that American warships off his coast aren't about drug cartels. They're about regime change. Well, technically, he's right because we do want we do want him out of office and we want the cartels gone. So technically, it's both.
That's why I wonder if they're using the cartel thing as just an excuse to get him out.
It could be the other way around. It could be that they're they're using the bounty on his head as a reason to go into Venezuela to go after the cartels. Could be the other way around too.
Could be. It could just be two birds, one stone.
That too. Yeah, I think it's more that route. I think it's two birds, one stone route. Especially kind of like if we start in Venezuela and then we work our way up. I think that would be the best way to do it. You know, instead of starting at our southern border, we just go all the way down to Venezuela and start taking out cartels all the way up to Mexico. Start at the bottom. I think it's a good idea.
Sign of Jonah has to leave.
Sign of Jonah said, "Dang people, I have to run. Love you all in the appropriate way. Take care, Tyler. Continue having a great show." Thanks, Jonah. Appreciate you stopping in and hanging out, man.
What is the inappropriate way to love us all?
Probably in a gay way. Yeah.
The love for
I
my
failed
brother
our
is not the
sergeant's
same
test.
as the love for my lover.
I failed our sergeant's test though. He told me not to be gay today during the stream at the start, and I lost that the moment I pulled up one of my Labubu dolls. So it's unfortunate. But you know, it is what it is. I guess you know, part of the
Better luck
gay
next time.
Part of that gay in me shines out every now and again. It's okay.
Better luck next time, Tiger.
So it looks like it says here that Maduro said the naval buildup includes military vessels with 1,200 missiles, calling it the biggest threat our continent has seen in over 100 years. That's probably not wrong either, honestly. He warned that Venezuela is super prepared. He warned that Venezuela is super prepared to respond. Dude, that just sounds like a low IQ. Like, is that like a translation issue or?
It has to be. We are super prepared.
We're super prepared.
I'm super. Thanks for asking.
Sounds like a South Park Maduro comment. We're super prepared.
We tell the United States that we are super prepared.
Let's see. He said
Lego reinforced. We have plenty food to feed soldier.
Oh, so it looks like he's talking about preemptively declaring war, though. He said that he warned that Venezuela is super prepared to respond, saying that he would constitutionally declare a republic in arms. That's saying he would declare war.
Why doesn't the United States just take over the world formally then? Like, why are we doing this half-ass stuff? Just take over the world, man.
Well, I think what Trump's plan is here is to goad Maduro into declaring war, so then Trump doesn't have to.
Listen, I didn't declare war.
We didn't declare the war. We just wanted to get rid of the cartels. But the war was started. The war was started, and we will end it.
Me. Yes. No new wars. Not me. It was him.
Unless it's for
It
Israel.
wasn't me. Yes, not me. It was him. I didn't start it. It was Biden. Biden.
The Pentagon confirmed that more ships and thousands of Marines are moving in the region. The move comes as the Venezuelan president warned any strike would stain President Trump's hands with blood. The Trump administration said the goal of the deployment is to prevent cartels from moving fentanyl and cocaine into the U.S. and American communities. My question is how do you do that? Do you just, like, you stop and frisk all the boats leaving Venezuela? You stop and frisk all boats leaving Venezuela? Like, well, how do you do that?
Listen, your knots are above the necessary knot limit. We got to stop your boat.
Yeah, like
the same way the cops do it in America.
You try to radio in on the comms, and then they don't respond, so you just blow out their engine.
Yeah, like it's Star Trek or some shit.
But like Joey said, Maduro is wanted in the United States. The tensions come as the U.S. works to arrest Maduro. The administration doubled the reward for Maduro's capture to $50 million, accusing him of running his own cartel. Attorney General Pam Bondi announced the move in August. She called him one of the largest narco traffickers in the world and a threat to our national security. There's been a reward for Maduro's arrest since Trump's first term when he indicted Maduro on narco-terrorism and other drug charges back in 2020. He pledged a $15 million bounty. The Biden administration raised it to $25 million, and now Trump has doubled it. So, what do you think? What do you think's gonna go on here? What are you projecting? Because as far as my projections go, I think we are going to be in open conflict with Venezuela. It just won't last long.
Yeah, they're gonna regime change.
I think Maduro will try to declare war. The war will immediately go bad for them, and then he will be ousted.
When has the United States ever failed at regime change? They've failed at setting up new governments.
We fail all the time at regime change in the United States. We can
Well,
only do
that's
it outside of
different.
the country.
Yeah, because the CIA is allowed to do whatever they want. But
I'm wondering if this will
Yes.
become a blockade situation like with Cuba long ago. Russia will
Cuba?
come in and threaten us to protect Maduro. Oof. Good question. I don't know. I don't know if Putin would do that right now, though. Putin cannot be split on two fronts. Putin
Did you
should
say
not be split
Cuba?
on two fronts. Attack him, kitty. We have this one from The Independent. Says, will Trump really attack Venezuela? War of words with President Maduro escalates as U.S. sends destroyers into the region. Venezuelan president has threatened to create a Republican arms if the Trump administration takes military actions against his country. Venezuela's president has accused the U.S. of attempting to carry out regime change in the South American country, and he will respond in kind to any attack by warships patrolling near its coast. In the face of its maximum military pressure, we have declared maximum preparedness for the defense of Venezuela. Nicolas Maduro said, adding that he would declare a Republican in arms without elaborating. His comments on Monday were in response to the significant buildup of U.S. naval forces around the southern Caribbean in a move that has escalated tensions with nearby Venezuela. Why has the U.S. sent a naval fleet into Venezuela's coast? The U.S. President Donald Trump has pushed the military to tackle drug trafficking cartels that he blames for the flow of fentanyl and other illicit drugs in the United States. 7 U.S. warships, along with 1 nuclear-powered fast attack submarine, are expected to be mobilized in the region, along with 4,500 sailors and Marines, according to Reuters. Among the warships are 2 Aegis-guided missile destroyers, USS Gravely and the USS Jason Dunham, as well as the destroyer USS Samson and the cruiser USS Lake Erie, AP news agency reported. It is unclear how the military presence in the region will disrupt the drug trade. The ships are part of an enhanced counter-narcotics operation to carry out the drug interdictions mission in Latin America, a defense official told the Washington Post last week. Phil Gunson, a Caracas-based political analyst, Caracas-based political analyst and the International Crisis Group, believes the operation is likely to be an expensive failure, since at best it will only temporarily disrupt trafficking in the Eastern Caribbean. That's a good point. I mean, like we were just talking about, how are they actually going to stop the flow when a lot of these cartels are using submarines, and you can't actually tell which ones are cartels and not? Like, sure, some of them are going to be blatantly obvious, like, hey, that's a cartel boat that was thrown together and is not sanctioned to enter U.S. waters. But then there's other boats that they come on that are legitimate. Like, all of the precursor chemicals and materials for fentanyl comes over on Chinese cargo ships. Like, are we going to start raiding the Chinese cargo ships? What do you think, Joey?
Yeah, we're gonna raid. Whatever the plot is for the new Call of Duty movie is what I assume is just gonna happen.
There you go.
Because you know it's gonna happen. It's like who said it earlier? Was it Boosh or something? Like, all these Call of Duty, like half the games have come to fruition already. So
Our Sergeant, I take personal offense to that comment. He said $15 million bounty. Somebody get me a ticket to Venezuela. I'll burn that whole motherfucker down like the Palisades.
I thought it was
Whoa.
50 million.
No, it was. So that's where our Sergeant's getting a little confused. 15 million in Trump's first term, 25 million in Biden's, and it's now at 50 under Trump's second term.
It's gonna be like Black Ops. You're gonna just come in on like Wonder Woman's invisible plane and just drop in.
Some days I wish we had what's his name from The Boys,
Homelander?
Homelander. Yeah. Some days I wish we had our own Homelander.
Trumplander.
Trumplander.
Goldlander.
America Lander.
That'd be crazy though, because could you imagine that weapon in the deep state's hand? Oh man.
Well, that's kind of the whole point of The Boys, right? You know, spoilers, but the chemical that makes them superheroes was developed by Nazis.
Yeah, V. Comics extremely different than the show, though. It's
I've
interesting,
given Melted too much power. He pinned his own message.
Tyler has mods. I don't have mods. I don't even mod anything myself.
I just realized too, because he pinned that a while ago. That message was from a while ago. I just realized he pinned that. At least I'm
your
assuming he pinned
fentanyl.
it, unless Killing It Sense did. But I haven't seen Killing It Sense in the chat today.
You can't sell your fentanyl to Asia because they don't want their people having that stuff.
That's true. Let's
It is-
see. We're running low. I gotta save some of these stories. Here's a good one, Joey. I know Joey and I love our conversations about shooting kids in the back. So I figured today this would be perfect since Joey's joining me on the show. Joey, you want to talk about an 11-year-old boy getting shot for door knocking?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, you do. Okay. Well, let's find out what happened, huh? So it looks like a man is being charged with murder in Houston after a door knock prank. It resulted in the shooting of an 11-year-old boy. So what happened? 42-year-old Texas man is facing a murder charge. So the 11-year-old boy is dead in the shooting of an 11-year-old boy after the victim and his friends banged on the suspect's door late Saturday night in what police described as a ding-dong ditch prank that has been trending on TikTok and other social media platforms. The suspect, Leon Gonzalo Jr., was arrested and booked at the Harris County Jail on Tuesday morning, charged with 1 count of murder, according to Harris County court records. The shooting unfolded around 10:55 p.m. on Saturday at a home in southeast Houston, according to Houston Police Department. Hey, dude, 11 o'clock at night, you don't go fucking around at people's property. Like, I get it's a ding-dong ditch, but 11 o'clock at night, you don't go messing around on people's property. You don't go banging on people's doors at 11 o'clock at night.
No, I mean, did they like enter anything?
Well, let's see if it goes on to say what they did. So the child, who police initially said was 10 years old, was pronounced dead at the hospital on Sunday afternoon. According to a statement released by police, the boy's name was being withheld by police pending an autopsy. Well, he is a minor. Officers were told that the male was ringing doorbells of homes in the area and running away. A witness stated that the male was running from a house after ringing the doorbell just prior to suffering a gunshot wound. It remained unclear if Gonzalez is the owner of the home where the door knocking prank occurred or whether he just lived there. The prank allegedly committed in Houston is similar to what's being dubbed as the door kicking challenge, a national trend based on an old prank called Ding Dong Ditch, in which groups of kids record videos of themselves kicking and banging on doors of homes and apartments before running away and posting the videos on social media platforms such as TikTok. Developing story, check out more. So it doesn't clarify here exactly what they were doing here, because at the end here it likens what the kid did to that other viral trend of people going and kicking and banging on doors. I don't know if you've seen that trend, Joey. It was similar to the ding dong ditch, but people would go and hit people's doors and kick it as hard as they could, and that was supposed to be the prank. So if these kids did anything similar to that, I could see why the homeowner was furious, but to shoot a kid in the back for ding-dong ditching your house, yeah, murder charges for sure, dude.
If they just did the ding-dong thing or even just kicked the door and then they like ran away.
Yeah.
Again, this is very similar to what we spoke about last time. I totally understand why one would, be upset at that, but like, fucking...
Like for example, like let's say they came and started wailing on the door, right? And then he opens the
rascals.
door. He opens the door, and the kid starts trying to wail on him. Immediately, that kid is getting swung on, and it's justified. But if we're talking about kids banging on the door, you run to the door, open it. Kid's like, oh shit, you run, and your first instinct is, oh, shoot the kid.
Well, they're criminals, and they might, criminals are always going to commit crimes again, like the smart people said.
That was the argument, right? Is you don't know if they're going to commit another crime, so you just might as well end their life. That's a ridiculous argument. That's thought policing, is what that is.
These same people will want to have due process when it comes to, anything that they do wrong. But the moment that somebody else does something wrong, they care not about due process. Come on, man.
Yeah, but Boosh said if you're slamming doors and shit, that's one thing. But if you're shooting someone because they knocked on your door or rang your doorbell, you're a fucking retard. Absolutely. If that's all that happened, maybe there's more to the story. Let's have some grain of doubt, right? Yeah, according to the reporting.
Sure. Yeah.
According to the reporting, this guy was a fucking idiot who should not have even owned a firearm, probably. Considering Joey, hot take. I think if you're below a certain IQ, you probably shouldn't have a gun.
Well, we would have to come up with a better system than an IQ system, but
I know, but you know what I mean. Like,
I generally understand what you're saying.
You get the sentiment. Yeah. Is you get the sentiment behind what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Maybe
but
because I
it's,
do
you know,
agree. IQ is kind of arbitrary with a lot of things. I know plenty of people that would be considered as having a low IQ, but they're way smarter than I am. So
impossible. Nobody's smarter than you, but
no
me.
one's smarter than me. I know, right? Anyway, but if there's more to the story, maybe, hopefully we'll hear about it. But as the story stands, it just sounds like this guy just shot some kids in the back that wanted to pull a prank on him. What were you laughing at?
Our sergeant said that's a good idea, Tyler, but that would get rid of half of our military.
Hey, he's not wrong though. He's not wrong.
And then Sicky Shitty Gov with his the purge idea. Just give everybody a gun and let the cards fall where they may fall. See, like
I'm of that opinion to some degree too, though.
Yeah, but like that, a lot of that sounds very nice in theory, but in practice,
Absolute anarchy.
There'd be so many innocent bystanders, and it's just like, what the hell? Like a fucking military conclave coming through or some shit. That would just it would be too chaotic. I mean, at that point, like if you hope for something like that, then you really can't be mad at what goes on in the inner cities then, because you're just talking about the same type of crap. Gang warfare. That's what it would come down to. Gang warfare.
Yeah. I have so many stories that I did not get through today.
Well, you got 30 minutes still.
I know, but I'm not going to get through it all. I'm just looking at how much I have. I'm not going to get all of it, but that's fine. I guess that helps me for tomorrow. Only anarchy for. I might have to do another early show tomorrow. Only anarchy for a bit. The retards would be culled pretty quick. I mean, this is why you just put bags of flaming poop on doorsteps.
I think some of you guys underestimate retards and their durability.
Actually, melted hot take, but if you put something flaming, whether it's poop or otherwise, you put something flaming on my doorstep, I'm shooting you.
Mm-hmm. Especially if it's some old creaky ass San Francisco houses, you know, them shits will go up in flames quickly.
Yeah, that's actually arson. You know, we had a lot of conversation last week about arson and burning property. You are not allowed to go on someone else's private property and light a fire. No, you will be shot and should be. Hot take, but he was tired of the Mormons knocking on the door. Oh, there you go. Yeah, 11 o'clock at night though.
Goddamn Mormons.
They never rest. It'd be chaos for probably about 2 weeks, and then everybody would be like, nah, dude, I ain't gunfighting. No, I feel like I don't know how that would go. I'm not gonna make we can do a whole show. We can do a whole show about maybe that could be your nightcap for tonight. What would happen if the purge was real, and then we can go down a bunch of different theories on how long that would last, or what if everyone had guns? You know.
Complete underestimation of people that you don't understand. I mean, one thing you got to give stupid people is they have an enduring will.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think this is a perfect story to go to next, Jury of my peers. Joey of my peers. It's Joey of my peers. Anyway, what's called? I feel like this story is perfect considering the nightcap that I was on with you last, Joey. This is a perfect story, I think.
Second coming.
The second coming is here, guys. Self-proclaimed apostle who claimed to be Jesus's best friend has now been arrested in a forced labor scheme.
They're coming for Mr. Rim Job.
Come for Mr. So it looks like David Taylor and Michelle Brandon allegedly used call center workers to solicit millions in donations. Wow. 2 professed religious leaders, including one who referred to himself as an apostle and claimed to be Jesus' best friend, were arrested Wednesday as part of a nationwide takedown related to forced labor at call centers where workers were coerced into soliciting millions of dollars in donations, the Justice Department said. What call centers for what? What are they calling people for? Just telemarketers? Like just scam callers?
Hello, my friend.
Hello, my friend. Would you like to donate to the Holy Jesus?
Would you like to donate to Krishna? I mean, Jesus.
Would you like to be? Would you like to donate to Jesus's best friend, the Holy Apostle David Taylor?
David is a biblical name, so you know it's true.
What if it's a flag, huh, Tyler? Huh? No. Even if you're sliding someone, if anything, that's worse, because that means at least the bag of poop, it starts at the top. The flag, it'll just spread out instantly. You against my freedom of speech? Burn the flag on the sidewalk. Don't burn it on their property. That's what I say. Let's see. 2 professed religious leaders were arrested, including one referring to himself as an apostle, claimed to be Jesus' best friend. Wednesday, as a part of a nationwide takedown related to forced labor at call centers, David Taylor, 53, and Michelle Brandon, 56, were arrested in North Carolina and Florida, respectively. Both were leaders and Kingdom of God Global Church. That's COG-C, COG-GC. Formerly Joshua Media Ministries International, JMMI. Federal prosecutor said. Both are charged with conspiracy to commit forced labor, and conspiracy to commit money laundering. Fox News Digital has reached out to the Kingdom of God Church and an attorney representing both defendants. Rumble Rants tax-free. Hello, Darkness. Thank you for the $2 Rumble Rant. And Rumble Rants actually do get taxed by Rumble themselves. So
they're like, we need our cut, kid.
Hey, you wouldn't be able to get that Rumble Rant if it went for us. So where's our 30%? Is literally, but you know, it is what it is because it's like that on all platforms.
Send all Rumble Rants to Tyler's Cash App so he can keep all the money.
You guys can Zelle me at my phone number 661. Joking.
661.
Even Joey doesn't have my phone number. You think I'm gonna give you guys my phone number?
I've never even asked for it.
It's not like you need it. I mean,
yeah, it's not like I'm calling you. Hey, Tyler, you want to go to the fucking bar?
Give me a call. Be like, hey, Tyler, where's that video you were supposed to edit for me, motherfucker?
Yeah, Tyler, I'm coming for you, man. I got you in a scope right now.
No, Joey be calling me all the time. Be like, bro, put on Tim Pool right now. He's not talking news again.
So I'd be calling you every day.
He calls me. He's like, dude, Phil just shouted you out again.
Every hour. He shouted you out, though. He said the name wrong because he can't read.
He said Tyler 2Gay News, and then he read G Nels's meme post, McClankers.
And then we have Tyler 2Gay in the Discord. Very good guy.
I'm waiting for G Nels to change his name to that, just to like cosplay as me for a while.
Tyler 2Gay.
I could see G Nels doing it. You know what I mean? He's gonna put that McClankers image he made of me, and then he's gonna name himself Tyler 2Gay. He's gonna do it one of these days. I'm calling it now, and then when he does, I'll just tell him go back to Tyler Today Tyler Today Live number 90. I called it. Search warrants were executed in Taylor, Michigan, Chesterfield, Missouri, Houston, North Carolina. Looks like they raided a 10-bedroom, 10.5 bathroom, 28,000 square foot home allegedly associated with Taylor. Holy shit, look at that. Why the fuck are they calling that a home? That's a mansion. Look at that fucking mansion.
It's a home. Maybe it's not a mansion to them. It's just a home to them.
If I could fit 10 of my houses into your house, you have a mansion. Just saying.
I'm not that
rich. I only have 10.5 bathrooms and 10 bedrooms. Wait, what is this? What is this half bathroom? Is the half bathroom, is that for the bathroom that's not as attached to all the other bedrooms in the house?
No, a half bathroom is one that just has a toilet in it.
That's what I mean. All 10 bathrooms are associated with the 10 bedrooms, and the half bath comes from the one toilet near the kitchen.
Yeah, that's probably. Yeah, there you go. That's probably it. Box 23 says that's a fucking castle.
That's a fucking castle. Yeah,
and then our sergeant says that's a fucking castle. They capitalized castle though, so that's how you know they didn't coordinate on that.
Right? Yeah. Everyone was like, "How could a pastor afford to live in a house like that?" Right? You're supposed to give your money to like the church and like the needy, right? How is it that any mega church person can warrant living in a mansion like this? The answer is they can't, and that they're just using the faith for their own narcissistic benefit. Neighbor Chalet Malden told Fox Tampa, I mean, even some of the people who live there couldn't afford to live in that particular house in there. I hope it's not true, but if it is, you know he deserves everything he's going to get. So what he's saying is that even in the area that he lived in, his neighbors couldn't afford to live in that house he was living in. So not only was he living in a wealthy area, but he was the wealthy neighbor among the wealthy.
My lord.
Taylor refers to himself as an apostle and to Brandon as his executive director. He also claimed to have had multiple face-to-face encounters with God and that God had given him the keys to the kingdom of earth, according to a federal indictment. I'd like to see these keys. Does he have proof of these keys? It's just like an origami like keychain. Their organization ran a call center that solicited donations. Authorities said Taylor established his first call center in Taylor, Michigan, then operated call centers across the country, including in Florida, Texas, and Missouri. Taylor refers to himself as Jesus' best friend and claimed that God had given him the keys to the kingdom of earth. I want to know, what were they telling people when they were calling people up? Where I'm trying to skip ahead. Okay. They keep referencing their money laundering through the fucking call center, but they're not saying what they were calling people for. They received $50 million in donations. Wow. Does it say what they were calling for? No. Taylor started JMMI in Michigan in the mid-2000s. Eventually, he stopped the services and turned JMMI into a call center where laborers made cold calls to individuals to obtain monetary donations for him and the ministry. Okay, so they were cold calling people trying to get donations for religious shit. That's what it was. So they were just lying to people about getting donations for religious reasons, and they were just pocketing all the money. That's what I was looking for. That's what we needed. In addition, he demanded the laborers give up their lives to serve his organization full time. In 2019, the nonprofit tax-exempt status was revoked. However, Taylor maintained the organization and changed the name to the Kingdom of God Global Church. He then reapplied for a new tax-exempt status, which was awarded. How is that?
Kingdom of God.
Dude, that's ridiculous. If that should be on record that you changed your name, and if your tax-exempt status is revoked, it shouldn't then be given back to you under a new name. And that's exactly why the government sucks, guys. They keep records of everything, yet none of those records are fucking connected. It's amazing. It's amazing how they could be so incompetent, yet so powerful at the same time.
They're competent when they need to be.
Only when they need to be or want to be.
Oh, yeah. When they want to find you, they'll be really competent.
Brandon appeared in a Tampa federal courtroom on Wednesday, Fox Tampa reported. She told a judge that she had 2 private attorneys out of St. Louis and Oklahoma who were already working with them. However, she said she hadn't heard from either of them. So you're working with 2 lawyers that have not gotten back to you. Good job. All right. We only got 15 minutes left. Let's see. Let me go through here. I want to pick and choose my stories here. Nope. Wait, what? Oh, that's a funny story. Yeah, I would do that one. We're talking about this one. Okay, so we got this from The Independent. The title alone was funny. I didn't read into it whatsoever. I read the title and I added it to the roster today. So we have this from The Independent. RFK Jr. aide. She was so upset about her firing, RFK fired her, that she accidentally crashed her car as she left work into RFK Jr.'s car. So she was so upset that she got fired that she crashed her car after work into the car of the person that fired her. Let's see if that's actually true. I wonder if the article is just going to say that that's actually not true.
That sounds like when you're in like school and you do something wrong. You're like, oh, I didn't mean to do that.
I didn't mean to do it. It was an accident. Yeah.
Or maybe she was like one of them crazy people just filming herself from the car, like swinging her arms.
Yeah, she's sitting there like this, and she's like, oh my god! And she's like not looking into the road, driving, and then crashes, and you're like, oh, good job.
She forgot to put the car in park, just swinging.
Just rolls, yeah. So what does it say here? It says a former aide of the Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. was reportedly so upset at being fired earlier this summer that she had accidentally backed her car into his. Hannah Anderson, who served as Kennedy's deputy and chief of staff for policy, was dismissed along with then chief of staff Heather Flick Melanson on July 16th after 6 months in the role. Anderson was so distraught at her removal that she subsequently in the White House by surprise and angering Kennedy. Hello? I got disconnected for a second. Can you hear me, Joey?
I hear you.
Weird. Hang on, everything's connecting back. Says YouTube is...
You got to run $1 Rumble rant.
I did get a $1 Rumble rant.
Like goal.
Here's a rant hoping to see 20 likes before the end of the stream. Yeah, guys, we're not at 20 likes yet? What the hell?
What the
his ale? Guys, we're only... Guys, we need one more like. There it is. Someone got it. Thank you, guys. Where's my money, bitch? I don't know what's going on. I don't even know if I'm live right now. Can someone tell me if they could still see me? 5 more likes? What do you mean 5 more likes? We're at 20. Anyway, I was stopping for a moment because it said that OBS disconnected, but everything's fine.
Wait, hold on, I'm checking. I think you might be frozen on Rumble.
I don't see you.
Yeah, so let me wait. There you go. Now you're wait.
Oh yeah, I did freeze.
Yeah.
Okay.
You froze. Well, if you just reconnect, it should be fine.
It is. Well, it's trying to reconnect.
That damn California internet.
I don't know. The hell
I don't
is
even know
that?
if they can hear us. Oh, that just moving my desk. Don't worry.
Well, right now it says recovering, so I don't think we're live. Now it says
just go put my
degraded.
Well, what is it like? Got a kink or something? Degrade me, daddy.
I don't know, right? I mean, we're almost over. The show's almost over anyway. I blame Joey. Connecting. EU connect. Why did I? What? What did I just type? I said EU connecting.
You were clearly